backup system. So when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today, because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you, because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love, literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel, and access to airport lounges worldwide. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Moneymaker Tournament is back at Daytona Beach Racing and Kart Club from April 2nd through the 14th. The Moneymaker Tour features over $500,000 in guarantees with 21 trophy events, including the $150,000 Guaranteed Moneymaker Mystery Bounty and the $250,000 Moneymaker Main Event. Catch the live stream of the final table on Monday, April 14th at 2:15 p.m. Be there for all the action.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
I know what you're going to say. I'm not the type to sue. I get it. But you also weren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't ask to be injured. You didn't ask for these medical bills. And you didn't ask for your car to be smashed up. Want to fight to hold them accountable? Just call Mo.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Savings Mania on used cars. Now from $58.88 at OrlandoNissan.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from the great Tesla war to the stranded NASA astronauts are finally back. And is there anything crazy in the JFK files Trump just dropped? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
Hey, guys.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Good.
Yeah.
How are you?
You know, here-ish. You know,
is one little error completely dismantling your day?
Not as much as you think it is. No,
right.
I am good.
Oh, it's a new Sean.
Nothing is wrong. Everything feels good in the studio.
Look
It's
at that.
just as it should be. Sure.
Glass full.
That's not good.
Sure, I'm sitting in the dark right now. Some of my screens are not working, yes, but we shall power through, as my therapist told me. Sean, take deep breaths and work your way through things.
Follow-up question.
You don't have a therapist.
Yeah. No, they all have turned me down. Yes, yeah. Each individual one of them, I said, no, we're not actually going to do that,
ChatGPT
Sean.
turned them down.
Yeah, even the AI was like, look, I know this is brutal, but not going to be able to do this for you, Sean. No, everything will be fine. We'll be good. We got Fritz on the street coming up later today.
Bitch, you're going down.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the action. And that is coming up in about 2 hours here on the show. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And the Tesla war is on, friends.
Yeah.
People are out there. They're keying Teslas like crazy. This guy, he's in a parking lot. He's old and slow. He's very slow keyer, this guy. Goes up to the side of the vehicle after making sure the coast is clear.
Is that a
and
Tesla?
he goes, there's a Tesla right next to him, and he keys the car after looking around, making sure it's a Tesla, and then,
So
there you go.
Not aware that the Tesla has that camera.
Got cameras all over those things. And
Dumbass.
they said within less than 24 hours, this guy was charged with felony vandalism. Don't do this, you dumbos. This is a real stupid move. And someone else saw the video going viral.
That's a felony?
Yeah, felony vandalism, because I guess the damage is significant enough. Somebody found the guy in the same outfit and everything. The guy's like,
he made it easy.
Yeah, they go, hey, aren't you the guy who keyed the Tesla?
Who, me?
Did you just key a Tesla the other day? What? You're on video.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is the guy. You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just saw it. It's all over the face. Yeah, the media. Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that? I didn't do that.
And then they show the footage. It's like,
I didn't do it.
You definitely did it, sir. Same clothes, same everything. What do you have to
also
say for yourself?
Love that it's not the owner of the Tesla that's confronting him. Just a random guy that saw the video go viral.
Oh, citizen journalists, Sabrina. That's what we all are now. We take our phones and we're a citizen journalist.
What are the odds, unless that video, and this is definitely could be the case, unless that video is posted in like a local group, like your city subreddit or a Facebook group where you know that the person that did this is local. What are the odds that you see that video online going viral and you go,
and then see the dude,
that's
right?
the son of a bitch that keyed the Tesla.
What do you have to say for yourself? I didn't do it.
Somebody saw Old Man River, and when they saw him, they went out and they took their camera out. AD over on chat said, I would never do that. I hate Elon Musk, and I wouldn't buy a Tesla, but I wouldn't do that to somebody. Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, but you don't know who these people are. It wasn't some right-wing thing to buy a Tesla for the last 10 years. That's crazy. And a lot of these people are just like hyped up with emotion and going bananas instead of being normal people. But he doesn't really have a reason why he did it.
On video. I said, I plainly saw it.
Get that? It bleeped out the other word, but did not get that one.
Poo-poo.
He said BS, just for the record. Old Man River said BS. And he's not alone. Not even just in saying BS, but in keying these cars. There's so many videos in the last week or so. It is quite clear the war on Tesla is clearly on. And there's another person pulling in next to a Tesla, and they're in a Hyundai here. And you'll see this person comes in, sees the Tesla next to them. I don't know if they chose this parking spot on purpose, but that's the same guy. That's the first guy again. Hang on. There are more, I promise you.
Wow.
I don't believe you.
Oh, by the way, the Vegas dealership where the Teslas were blowing up, they lit a whole bunch of them on fire and arrest all of these people, but they lit these Teslas on fire and they were exploding in this parking lot of the Tesla dealership. The photos afterward were absolutely wild to see.
Yeah, those suckers go up pretty quick.
That thing's burned, man. The Tesla
so bulletproof, not fireproof.
It's a huge battery.
It is.
You're literally like the whole bottom of the car is battery.
And that's the type of fire that you can't just put out with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's what those weird explosions were all about with the
whole
crazy
thing
colors.
It's like melted, basically, this car that they lit on fire at the dealership here. There were other ones, too. This is somebody getting out of their truck and, slamming the door of their truck against the side view mirror of the Tesla, giving it a little extra ram-a-rooney there. And doing that, there was a bunch more of these videos over the last couple of weeks. This one is back in February, I guess, outside of a Jimmy John's. And this person goes up. That's a Cybertruck. That's the biggest target going, man. You drive a Cybertruck, they're going to get you as good as they can. And this guy keys the car as well.
Oh, God, man.
And I don't know how many of these people have been arrested, but at least some of them have now. Here's some woman. Is this a Cybertruck again? It's really hard to tell because the cameras on these Teslas are straight up, down the side. She's really getting the key in there.
Does no one know?
Is she writing a note?
I think she might be doing a swastika.
Oh,
I'm not positive. Yeah.
That sucks.
And digging into the side of this car. And
isn't the Cybertruck supposed to be scratch proof?
I don't know if that one was a Cybertruck or not. Yeah, it's just lots of people just attacking these vehicles and a lot of Tesla dash cam footage that shows what's going on. And there was one
once
person
again, by the way, the Tesla cams for me are like the Ring doorbell cams, where I don't know that it really deters some of these people, but you just get a really nice looking video of your package being stolen, or in this case, your car being keyed.
Yeah, and so many of the people have masks on too. They're sauntering up and they have a mask on, and you go, I don't know if you're going to be able to put that out and get enough identification on the person.
Just left in their car from the COVID days?
No, I don't know. I mean, I think some of these people are just that type. It's like when you see a protest and there's a good percentage of them that are still wearing masks.
They
some
don't
of them
get the orange paint in their mouth either.
Some maybe to conceal their identity because they just don't want to be photographed and stuff at a protest, and others that are still in COVID mode. Still wearing the masks and going around like that. But tough times for Tesla drivers. And the craziest thing is, see if this website's still up, because I heard late yesterday.
HowToKeyATesla.com.
Well, let's go there together.
For sure.
Let's go there together. They said a disturbing website called DogeQuest, all capital letters, has been revealed online. And this website has doxed Tesla owners all over the United States of America with an interactive map showing their names, addresses.
Gosh. The website is up. There's a map, like an interactive map, and your cursor turns into a Molotov cocktail.
Where is the website? Where can I find it? Dogequest.com? It's too simple, right?
Dogequest. So Dogequest, but just move the decimal point 2 to the left.
Okay, .st. I got you. All right. On the website, yeah, you're right. There's a Molotov cocktail that is the cursor while you scroll around the map.
How's that information available?
They said they hacked it. They hacked some kind of database. They said they provide every Tesla showroom, charging station, and the known residences of Department of Government Efficiency employees. That's the Doge employees. It even lists FBI Director Kash Patel's home and uses a symbol of a Molotov cocktail as the cursor. And they said they have the addresses, names, phone numbers, and emails of every Tesla owner in the United States. And of course, I love how when they have a website like this, it says, we do not condone or support any sort of attacks on the people who, you go, wait a second.
Cover all the bases.
What do you launched a website with a Molotov cocktail cursor? I think you might be condoning this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe you're just condoning this a little bit. But yeah, that's out there too for Tesla drivers. Not a good time. No. Not a good time to be a Tesla driver.
Parents.
Oh, that's right. Your parents have a Tesla.
I mean, by no means are they politically agree with the right side, we'll call it. But they got that a long time ago. And as a matter of fact, this past weekend got rid of like the old tried and true 20-year-old Toyota truck. So it's like all they have is the Tesla.
Did you get them some nice magnets to show them that they're not crazy right-wing Elon supporters? Like,
gonna have to sit down and talk to them about it.
I'm just here for the nice car, you know.
Maybe I get them in Game of Magnets just to cover up the Tesla symbol.
Yeah, maybe. There's been people who have done that. This is so dumb. This is so dumb that people are targeting these folks. They're just regular people, man. And the mission here is obvious. It's to go after anybody who has a Tesla until they can't sell them anymore. And that's actually what's going on. And I thought to myself, and I'm ready to be proven wrong because I know I must be wrong about this. I know I have to be wrong. This is a Team Blue thing, obviously. This is like left-wing people who hate Elon Musk.
I think some extreme left-wing people.
Hate the Doge stuff, hate Trump, et cetera, right? And they're emotional weirdos, and they get fired up, and they go like Kia Tesla because they feel like they're morally supposed to do it, right? Like you're supposed to do this. You need to do this. You're the equivalent of MLK if you're out there and you're keying a Tesla and firebombing a car dealership. I'm trying to think, is there a Team Red equivalent of this? Has there been a thing? Because there's obviously a lot of left-wing companies.
That car from Dukes of Hazzard.
No. Is there a movement where so for instance, when Bud Light did the stupid social media ad with the trans person.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess.
And everybody said, all right, we're not buying Bud Light anymore. No, I don't know that anybody like hurt anybody else's property or broke anything or did anything like that in retaliation for this. When they went after Nike, they were burning their Nikes and stuff. But I don't know that they would like go after a person wearing Nikes and take their shoes or something stupid. Is there an equivalent to that? Is there something that's happened where right-wing people have done this? Because there's so many of these companies out there, like Ben and Jerry's and stuff. All these companies are very, very politically to the other side. If you're saying, well, now Tesla's political, I don't know that I've seen the equivalent from the other side. I don't know. And if you have, and you know what I'm missing here, because surely I'm missing something, let me know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. But this website seems bad.
Big Doug Millionaire says abortion clinics.
That's a fair point because absolutely they've like firebombed abortion clinics and done that over the years. I wouldn't say anything that they've done like that has had the momentum like this seems to have, but
this one's not killing people.
No, it could be, and I think inevitably it will be at some point.
I mean,
in time.
This website, putting people's addresses out there, that's not good.
Yeah, and by the way, it says that the website has people's addresses. I don't dare click in and look certainly live. I don't take my laptop. Let me see. Does clicking do anything? Okay, this says Tesla Supercharger.
When you click on the dogs. The Doge dogs.
Those are Doge people?
Yeah, and it says, current address.
Family residence of, and it tells the person's address.
Jesus.
Oh, does it say the address?
Yeah, it says family residence of this person from Doge. These people are wacky, man. Like, this is, obviously there's some craziness going on here. And I don't think people have figured out how to channel this stuff yet. And they're just, going nuts with it. But
there's one protester that I thought was taking a very, peaceful, non-destructive approach to the protests of the Teslas, and they put a small projector on the front of their car. And anytime that they were right behind a Tesla Cybertruck, they would just...
Were you out when we did that? You might have been out when we did that.
But it does keep popping up, and I'm like, look at that. No one's getting hurt. Cybertruck owner probably has no idea that that's being projected on their bumper.
And by the way, I wouldn't care about that kind of protest. I'd be like, that's fine. It's honestly kind of funny and a good troll. And they do this with like Tesla buildings where they project stuff on the side. Who cares? You're not hurting anything. You're not destroying any property. You're not targeting random people.
Could you stop somebody from doing a thing like that?
What do you mean?
Like, take the protest or anything out of it and just say, all right, I am a club. And
Club C Lane.
Club Lane. That's what this C stands for. And then, but to advertise my club, say my club is situated next to a giant building that's got a large wall that's just nice and visible, ripe for advertising. And I can't put stuff on it, but I can project onto it.
Yeah.
Can somebody stop me from using their building as a projection?
You're not doing any damage. You're not doing any damage to the building. I don't think anything will happen as a result of that. You are like irritating the people, but that's what makes it kind of funny.
Light pollution.
Like that I'm fine with. That's fine. I think the stuff that's bad is like they're literally like this. When I know people were coming after the administration for calling this terrorism, but what do you call it when you're blowing up cars at a dealership? Like that seems really, really bad. That's not a good thing. We want to see what you have to say. So do send us a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and fire off a dispatch right now. And I would tell you just as a little suggestion for you, even if you do hate this stuff, it's probably best not to confront people out in public and like videotape the people. I know people who raw that. If somebody's crazy enough to do half this stuff, they're also crazy enough to kill you. And I'm like, I'm that guy as of late because Courtney the other day.
You're crazy enough to kill?
No, I think that there are this is my grand conspiracy. I think that there are a significant amount of very dumb, violent people around me at any given moment.
I don't think that's a crazy thought.
I see dumb people all over, and I'm worried about those dumb people also being violent people. And so
this
Courtney's
is Sean's sixth sense.
It is. I see dumb people.
I see dumb people.
And Courtney is in her car the other day, and we're driving around, and the car in front of us doesn't move for like a 3 Mississippi, which I'm more of a 17 Mississippi kind of guy myself these days.
That's a lot of patience.
And she does the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then she goes, meep, and the car in front of us starts going, and I go, you got to stop doing that. And she goes, what? It was a tiny little honk. Did you hear how adorable that little honk was? It was the tiniest little honk. And I go, people are crazy. They're crazy. I see these stories every day, and I go, I don't want you to be out there in the world. You honk at some loser, and you're right. The person was wrong, but then you die. I don't want that to happen. These people are all crazy, okay? And they're burning down Tesla dealerships. What are we to do about all of this? Do let us know. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com or send a dispatch our way. Let's talk about something more fun and good when we come back. Because guess who's back? Back again.
Eminem.
NASA's astronauts are back, indeed, on planet Earth once more. And I don't know if you guys saw this or not.
I watched a little bit of it.
When they splashed down, one of the most glorious, beautiful, amazing, jaw-dropping, stunning, absolutely flabbergasting moments played out in front of the world.
Whoa.
What happened? You're going to find out. And that is coming up next on L News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Keep an eye out for an accident on Central Florida Parkway at Tap Vineland Road. There's an accident on the Beach Line westbound approaching the Greenway. On the Greenway's off-ramp to Florida's Turnpike, emergency crews are clearing up an accident there. Travel with caution on the roadways here. There's still stop-and-go traffic on I-4 before US 27 and through that World Drive area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Oviedo Park Crossing in Oviedo. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Oviedo Park Crossing.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 407-337-5569.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1979. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1979. That's 800-777-1979. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball. All indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Did you know that 40% of adults can't explain what a tax deduction is?
I can't either.
Well, we're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000? Or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino.
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
In a rosy, good mood today all around. Everything is going well, and we want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch.
The doomsday clock. Sean's day clock just went
What are
closer
you
to
talking
12.
about? I just told everybody everything's good and rosy and things are going well right now. What's wrong with that?
Liar alert.
No, it's good. So we want your dispatches. Send us your dispatches over thenewsjunkie.com.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hello?
You can hear me. Don't do this. There's no more emergencies going on. I was going to explain my tech woes. It will matter to no one. It will matter
It'll
to...
feel good to get it off your chest.
Speaking of tech woes, my wife just sent me the most hilarious picture because she's, my mom is staying at our house for a couple days.
Ooh,
is she?
And she does not know how to operate the television. So she came over the weekend, and part of what she needed was like a
rundown.
A quick, like a nickel tour of how to operate the smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then now my wife just sent me a picture where she drew the remote.
Oh, what a stinking cutie.
She drew the remote. And this drew a little diagram of you can't really see it. Hold on.
Man.
I'll send it to you, Sean, because I literally just sent back to her the amateur leprechaun sketch because that's what it reminded me of.
I feel like life is more difficult to navigate for the generation prior to all of us. I feel like there's so many digital things now. Your TV is probably overly complicated. And now Mama Lane can't get on the damn thing.
She just wants to watch some TV.
I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty good little illustration. It says power, regular TV equals YouTube TV. And, how to select stuff. Netflix and Disney. It's got everything you need on here. I think this will work.
My wife has a lot more patience with stuff like this because literally when we were there, my mom goes, "Now, what do I do if I want to get to Netflix?" And my wife's like, "There's a button on the bottom that says Netflix on it." Like, she says, even coming out of my mouth, it sounds like I sound like a dick. But she was very nice about it.
There was an episode of Modern Family where they went through this, and then Phil, the dad on Modern Family, had to come up with a song, and he did it like to the tune of the head bone's connected to the neck bone. And he's like, the television's connected to, like, he goes through and does the whole thing. It's tough
the
out
fire
there,
stick.
man. Yeah, it's a difficult time to maneuver through these things. So I see that. Unfortunately for Mama Lane, if I had made that drawing with my handwriting, she would have known nothing. She would have figured out absolutely nothing and would have still been just as confused.
Can you read your own handwriting?
Yeah, I can. It's like you being able to hear Jackson and understand what he says.
Yeah.
You got that special translator built in. And
like if it sounds like he's saying toga over and over again, but I was like, no, that's the hot dog song. That's
it's
or he's
so
ready
weird
to party.
how you're able to do that. But here we go. The ass.
The ass. Hi.
I'm going to check out today.
No. We've got so much show left. Astronaut.
The NASA astronauts are back, friends.
Astronauts.
Finally, they have returned. And in some sort of adorable message from the spaghetti monster above.
So cool.
When the capsule landed in the ocean, as if on cue, a pod of dolphins.
No, I missed that.
Appeared and started like swimming.
Vessel, and that is where our Crew 9 team members will egress from the Dragon spacecraft.
Oh, that's awesome.
And think about this from the dolphins' perspective. World rocked. I think that the dolphins would be like, what? Was an alien encounter going on right here?
And also think about how different that scene would be if it was sharks.
It'd be awesome. And I wouldn't want them to get eaten or anything, but it would be interesting to watch.
Here on your screen, we can see
the dolphins.
Dolphins, actually, who want to come and play with Dragon. Now, one of the fast boats there in place,
wild.
Working to assist the recovery team member. It's incredible. I just love these views. We really see them even better.
They just keep popping up all around the little SpaceX capsule that landed back in the ocean. And that is just a beautiful thing. I know something about it seems like a sign from somewhere.
I watched the footage as it, descended onto Earth and into the ocean. Mm-hmm. And I was like, very exciting. They've passed the stratosphere, and then they're going at a significant speed, and they're waiting for those 4 giant parachutes. And then it was like 3 pregnant minutes of like, all right, any second now we're going to get splashed down, but we do have to slow it down to 16 miles an hour. So here we are waiting for...
Is everybody okay?
And splashdown.
Obi-Wan Cannoli on Twitch says, that made me cry. What a baby. What a baby.
Grow up, dude.
Hootie and the
Never been a
Blowfish joke.
SeaWorld?
Hootie and the Blowfish joke.
I thought he was talking about the football team.
I think so. The NASA astronauts are back, thank God. Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, Sonny Williams and Butch Wilmore, finally back after all these years. My strange take on the NASA astronauts being back, and the Doge people aren't going to like this. I'm sorry in advance. But it is my opinion that the NASA astronauts that were told they were going to space for like 8 or 9 days and ended up in space for 9 months, that they should get overtime for the entire time that they spend in space that they did not prepare for.
I think so.
I think they should get a big, fat overtime check. Imagine your boss does this. Imagine you go to work today and then your boss goes, I'm going to need you to stick around for 9 more months. And you're stuck at work and you're there at work for 9 months go by. And then finally you get to go back home. And then your boss is like, okay, see you later. Here's a regular paycheck. You watch a bunch
of other coworkers just go in and out.
Yeah, they're able to leave the whole time. And you're like, why can't we leave? Why can't we get out of here? They should get overtime for the entirety of the time they spend in space, these folks. What good people.
Oh, my God, and zero muscle mass. Like seeing them getting taken out and put in immediately in the space wheelchair chair.
Yeah.
And they just look so frail.
They did.
It's insane.
Yeah. And wasn't it one of them that was doing some sort of experiment with inaction in space? Like
I thought so, but that was also information that I remember receiving when they were 4 months in. So I don't know if they continued that experiment.
Yeah, they were supposed to like not move that much and see what kind of impact it has on the human body. And of course, space has an impact on the human body, and any dummy could figure that out. You ever been on a long flight, a 5-hour plus flight? You land
the
and you're
Napa
like,
flights were killing my ass, man.
It's long. It's long. The human body is not supposed to be exposed to the sun like that. And the G-forces and everything else that's happening as you're in this tube that's just flying through space. And if you don't understand how all of this works, even on a very basic level, when you're in the International Space Station, this might shock you to hear, you're not just floating in space. Yeah.
You're falling, right?
The International Space Station is constantly falling at a huge rate of speed. Like it's flying fast as hell through space. And the whole time, that kind of exposure has just got to be terrible for your body. It's like a flight that lasts for 9 months.
Forever.
No. Can't imagine that being a thing. That sounds bad. But the beautiful moment of the dolphins swimming around your little spaceship when you land back here on Earth
could they
is something
see it?
else. I don't know if they could. I don't know if the windows were...
They're probably like, get me the F off this thing.
Maybe they didn't even care.
Ready to see some land.
You know, one of the craziest things about space and me, if you were interested in that category of talk.
Sean Stoner, chat in 3, 2.
I heard something one time and really thought about it, and it changed my view in a major, major way. And it's hilarious because I was maybe the only one who was listening. And this was when somebody went up to visit space and it absolutely rocked their mind and blew their world. And this person landed, and when a microphone was pressed into their face, they had something very deep and interesting to say about what that space travel experience did to them. But none of us remember because Jeff Bezos was popping bottles in the background with his ladies.
William Shatner was having an existential crisis and in tears, but all you could hear was, wow! Yeah!
He was sitting there and he was like, it's changed everything for me. I realized that I'm not interested in space. I'm only interested in the beauty that is planet Earth, and I'm so upset by all the things that we're doing to this beautiful, stunning planet of ours.
All right, thank you so much, William. Jeff, how do you feel? You brought all these people, and he's like, I'm just ready to party, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Big D in space.
What's going on, man? The guy just, that was beautiful. He's right. He's right. We have built all this technology here on planet Earth to see all around our galaxy and others. And we've seen all of these things and all of these planets. Millions and millions of miles, light years even. And we've never found a planet like ours. And yet we're trying to get off it for some reason. That's a beautiful thing to think about. That's a beautiful, stunning thing. And that's why the dolphins were swimming around that capsule, because they know it. They know what's going on.
That or the dragon landed on a baby.
Could be that, yes. Now, I'm in a beautiful spot here mentally.
Okay, good.
But if I can't log into this goddamn account during the break, I'm going to blow my top, all right? I'm losing it a little bit.
When we come back, top.
We got to talk about... Do people not say blow my top anymore?
I don't know.
Is that his name?
Blow my stack over here. When we come back, we'll get into the JFK files, because I assure you they have been released. Yes, as promised. We've got it. So it's going to be groundbreaking. We are going to learn things, I think. Let's dive in and see what has been released and unredacted. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll roll through the JFK files. We'll find out how the Starliner astronauts are doing. We'll also do Animal House. We'll have a conversation with our buddy Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. For trivia, it's tickets to Orlando City and Glass Animals. And at 6, our buddy Ross Padgett joins us. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today will top out at 84 degrees with bright sunshine and low humidity, just a gentle breeze. Perfect weather for spring breakers. Tonight.
Hello, Skull Mike. Hello, Skull Mike. Folks, tell me when we go back live if the audio and video are synced properly, because I want to make sure that that happens after we hit the dump button. There's a lot of very complicated, annoying things that are happening. I just want to make sure that we're giving you a quality product here. I care about that, okay? We all do. I also wanted to say I got my program logged in, so now I can see the control panel, and I'm happy. I'm a happy man. The Dolphins didn't make me cry, though, because I'm not a pussy. Hello, everybody. Hello, Maynard. Hello, folks in YouTube. Hello, everybody who's joining us for the ride today. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button if you don't mind. It doesn't take a lot of your effort, but you could just go and click the like button, and that'll help us out over on the YouTube side of things. On Twitch, unfortunately, they don't give you any way to do anything. So on Twitch, just like stare at your screen and give it a little thumbs up, and hopefully that will translate into something good for us. But on YouTube, click like. Please click like over there.
Visit OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Are you hiding your smile because of missing or damaged teeth? Solid Bite can help. With the latest techniques and technology, you'll be showing off your smile in no time. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now to receive your free booklet. 321-259-8000.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas.
Why is the SWAT team at the CIA? You got a link on that, buddy? Why is the SWAT team at the CIA? That sounds concerning. I need one more spray of my allergy stuff. Hang tight, folks. It made it through that winter, though, surprisingly. So that sucker was working. Excellent. Okay, I'm back. Greg's here, doing the aquarium. AD, Corrupt Reality, All Day Yuckers, Bootsy Moonshine, Big Dog Millionaire, hello. Hello to all of you. What do you guys think of the JFK files? Paying attention or not paying attention? I care or I don't care about the JFK files. I feel like most people don't care. I feel like for two reasons. One, we had the trifecta of Alien doc drop that was a flop. We had the, currently the JFK one, and we had the Epstein one, all like flops. So I think when they do a drop like this, I think people are kind of over it. I think people don't care. Minute and a half, and we're coming back. Yeah, I think most people don't care. I don't think there'll be anything interesting in them, but we'll take a look together. I did see something where a viral tweet claimed, hey, Biden already released the same exact files, and they showed the files next to each other, but the Biden files did have some stuff redacted that was unredacted in the Trump files. So it looks like they did reveal something. I just don't think there were actually cool bombshell things to reveal. That's what we'll see here in a second.
The judge and jury event is in session at Space Coast Harley-Davidson. So make your ruling and trade in and trade up to a new Harley. Right now, buy a new Harley and get NADA retail for your trade. Shop anytime at SpaceCoastHarley.com. Here come the judge. Make your decision at Space Coast Harley-Davidson.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Shoe Station is now open at Oviedo Park Crossing in Oviedo. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Oviedo Park Crossing.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
The art of releasing stuff that was supposed to be classified. It's just not interesting. You get all excited. And everything is a nothing burger, as they say.
Do you think there will still be a desire for people to see or ingest classified information after a while, after we keep declassifying stuff and it's all just snooze fest?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't even think people are into the JFK thing.
Not after what happened with God, I already forgot what it was.
Aliens, Epstein, those ones. Like,
It's
we're going to release it.
You're setting the bar very low. It was more exciting when things were leaked. So I don't know if this is now we need a marketing team for declassified information, but no, the hype is not there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let everybody down.
It kind of makes the U.S. government look less all-knowing and powerful because we tend to think, we're like, well, what if we knew those big government secrets? What if the government didn't have a ton of crazy secrets? What if the government, when you went in there and you were like, give me the alien files, what do you know? What if there wasn't anything there? And you go, oh, okay. I thought there would be cooler secrets that I would learn here. And I think the truth is that in, modern times at least, there's just no way you could get so many people in on a big conspiracy and get all of them to shut their mouths. It just doesn't work. There'll be a whistleblower. There'll be somebody who runs their mouth to a news publication. And so when it comes around to this stuff, nothing comes out. We've got the unredacted JFK assassination files.
All right, let's hear it. JFK blown away. What else do you have to say?
More than 1,100 files.
The Office.
Consisting of William Joel. More than 1,100 files consisting of over 31,000 pages.
Good God.
Were posted on the U.S. National Archives and Records Administration website. Now, I don't expect that anybody's combed through every single one of these yet, but
no, we have ChatGPT now.
I know this. I haven't seen anything out of these reports that I was even moderately interested about. There was one thing where it goes, there was a guy who talked to his friends after JFK got assassinated, and the guy said, they're going to come after me. They're going to come after me. And then he said, I got to flee the country. And they said then he was found dead via suicide at his house. The guy was just a crazy person. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't like, oh, we found the gunman. We found the other person that was involved in this. It was really a huge inside job, and they wanted to get JFK out of the way. And you have this desire for all this super secret information, as if Skull and Bones is taking place here. And once you know, you're going to become like a level 7 Thetan or whatever happens in Scientology when you pay your way through the expensive courses. No, there's no big reveal. It doesn't happen at any point in time. And so far, we don't see much. They're saying they're looking for major revelations, but they are very unlikely. Oswald's whereabouts. Both the Post and New York Times stories say the files may fill in some blanks on Oswald's movements. He's the assassin, obviously, in the months ahead of the assassination. You can read the files for yourself at the National Archives website. There's 63,000 pages plus. There's an assessment of Oswald by a KGB agent. This is just all boring old stuff. There's nothing that is going to blow your mind. And we got these out there. Can we loop back to what was in the binders and what the hell happened with the Epstein drop? There's one where you said, we're going to drop all the Epstein information. And people said, wow, okay, what? They're going to find, insert my political enemies here. They're going to find these people in the docks because they were on the kid sex island. And then they released a bunch of phony stuff and some phony binders. And we didn't get anything. It was just on to the next one. Everybody forgets about this. Enough to drive you crazy. It really, truly is. On the war on Tesla that has been breaking out here, Mark emails the show. Mark says, here's the deal. Kids need punishment for their actions, and so do adults. It's like everybody's walking around without fearing consequences for their actions. I think this level of punishment needs to be raised and, more importantly, enforced. P.S. Last week or the week before, you read my email asking for you to play Fritz on the Street for me after you played. Hopefully this one arrives early enough, says Mark. All right,
If
Mark.
not, you're going to get some consequences as well, Sean.
Mark, email. I'll put you down, Mark. No guarantees, but I've at least jotted you down for the time being for Fritz on the Street later in the show. You could also join us with a dispatch. It's very easy to do. Here goes nothing. Here is El Mente with a dispatch, talking about the people going after Teslas, keying them and burning down the dealerships and stuff.
Did we forget about January 6th? The right went in and hurt people and property and then got pardoned.
Sure. That was also bad. Don't know if that's difficult for some people to say.
That, Sean.
Very tough stance here. That was also bad. But I imagine if you say that, right, then I'm imagining that you do think people who are keying Teslas of people they absolutely do not know, people who are lighting Teslas on fire at car dealerships, I'm just going to assume you absolutely agree that those people should be sentenced and held accountable for what they're doing, right? It's not that now that you like the political motivation, it's the same. And also, the January 6th thing, even though I get it, you can bring it up because it's like chaos and discord in the name of politics, but it's just not the same. The abortion clinic targeting could be the closest thing I've seen so far. But it is often the case, as we saw with the summer of riots and stuff, that people who are to the left of center, when they get involved in these causes, end up doing this kind of stuff. And I said, where is an equivalent where Republicans all got together and started targeting people like the Teslas are being targeted? January 6th was a bad thing. I don't think it's like a apple-to-apple comparison. I think it's a little bit different. It's obviously bad, but I don't think it's exactly the same. Here's Steve-O, who is talking to C-Lane in this dispatch. Hello?
Hey, news junkies.
There we go.
Hey, C-Lane, pick me, man. I don't know how to get a hold of you ever, unless, I guess I can find you at a alcohol store, but pick me for Fitz on the street, man. Come on.
He's been waiting outside of ABC for weeks for you.
Way to lube him up, sir. Like,
potentially, I think I could find you at a alcohol store.
I don't know how else to get in touch with you. What's an email?
Yeah.
Also, did he say Fitz?
Yeah. Did he? Hold on. Fitz on the street? Sir, it's Fritz on the street.
Yeah,
I think
but he did
though.
have a temper tantrum once.
Hey, news junkies. Hey, C-Lane, pick me, man. I don't know how to get a hold of you ever, unless, I guess I can find you at a alcohol store, but pick me for Fitz on the street.
Fitz on the street. He did say it. There he goes. All right, we want to see what you have on your mind today. Let us know. Send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, I'm watching, and I'm not totally zoomed in or honed in or zoomed in on the story about this Sudiksha Konaki and her disappearance in the Dominican Republic. But there's a lot of developments happening around that. They had a court hearing. This thing has like taken over the Dominican Republic.
Ooh.
In the courtroom, there was people everywhere clamoring like it's their OJ or their Casey Anthony. It's a really, really big story over there. So we'll see what's happening with this missing student from spring break and what's going on there. But when we come back, I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about the absolute chaos and panic that are unfolding right now in, of all places, Antarctica. And this is a wild story. Wait till you hear what's going down. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Download the all-new iHeartRadio app. Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets, and you could win free stuff at upcoming events.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a car stopped off to the shoulder, slowing down traffic on I-4 eastbound before Howland Boulevard. Keep an eye out for a crash on Central Florida Parkway near Tap Vineland Road. There's an accident on the off-ramp from the Greenway northbound to Florida's Turnpike, and traffic still slowing down on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Lose your key? Don't get stuck without a spare. At Batteries Plus, you can get a key fob for up to 50% less than what a dealership would charge. Keys cut, key fobs programmed, and batteries replaced on the spot. Avoid a car key catastrophe. Get a spare key today at Batteries Plus.
Folks, Mills Air is a company ready to help you out with your AC problems. And here we go. We're about to head first into the hot weather. Spring, summer, it's right here. It's ready for us. But is your air conditioner ready for it? That's the big question. It's time for preventative maintenance from Mills Air. Give them a call. I'll give you their number in just a second. Have one of the great Mills Air techs come out to your place. They're very respectable. They know every kind of AC out there from top to bottom, and they're going to look at your AC, the things that you don't know about, and they're going to give you a report on how things are going with your air conditioner. They are very, very good at what they do, and that's why you should trust Mills Air. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer, meaning they can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you could always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Hey, Russ Rollins here for Solar Source. What a great experience I've had with them. A couple of years ago, they heated my pool with solar, and now I've been raving about this ever since. They installed a solar battery backup system, so when everyone else loses their power, there's power outages, my house is still running, which is awesome. And now Solar Source is about to take it to the next level for me. My entire home is going to be run off solar energy, which is going to save me so much money on my electric bill. It can do the same thing for you. If you're tired of high-cost energy bills, trust this company. It's Solar Source. It's a company you can trust. They've installed over 60,000 systems since 1984. It's Solar Source. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. You'll love working with them, and make that switch today, because the future is solar powered with Solar Source. Great company, and you'll love working with them. Please tell them Russ Rollins sent you, because friends of Russ Rollins save more money at Solar Source. solarsource.com/monster.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever for a single line. Just $45 per month when you bring your phone, which is less than you spend on Too Tired to Cook takeout every week. Get one line on Unlimited Welcome for $45 per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. Visit your local Orlando Verizon store by April 2nd to save. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose.
90 seconds, 90 seconds, 90 seconds, folks. We're back in 90 seconds.
Pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is Noel from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. If you could lose 10.4 pounds in a single month, would you try? Well, with Future Health, you can.
That's right. Future Health gives millions access to affordable meds like Ozempic and semaglutide for less than $3 a day.
You just take a quick 3-minute survey, and if approved, boom, your meds are delivered right to your door within 24 hours for free.
I've personally used these medications and found that it really helped me get an edge on appetite suppression when paired with diet and exercise, something that I always struggled with.
Get this, there's also no insurance needed, so no insurance headaches, and everything is online, which means no doctor visits.
Find out if these medications are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Results vary based on start weight and adherence to diet, exercise, and program goals.
Data based on independent studies sponsored by Future Health.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio 104.1.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
What's going down? We'll tell you in just a moment. Plus, you can join us. Fire off an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or you can send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. You know what's crazy?
What?
What's crazy is living in Antarctica, Sea-Lane. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
sounds
a
like a
wild thing. It sounds like a nightmare to me. Yes, I agree with you, Sabrina. It sounds like nightmare fuel to live in Antarctica. It's so bad that Trump hasn't even said he wants to make it a state yet, right? That's how bad Antarctica is. We don't really think it's a place where people should live necessarily. But there are people who stay there, and they're really great people mostly. They're scientists and other brilliant types. But right now, they are literally in a horror movie. Why? Well, here's the thing. You can check this out in the News Junkie interviews. I talked to a guy who lives in Antarctica a while back, and he explained to me the process to get there. You think getting to, where were you talking about, Sea-Lane? Sonoma Valley or wherever you flew to?
Napa?
Napa Valley, yeah. Was a bad flight, long flight. And I'm like, get there already. They have to fly.
A long flight followed by a long, dark drive.
They have to fly all the way from the United States in some cases, in the case of the guy I talked to, all the way to Australia. That's a long one right there. Then they get on a military aircraft from Australia, and that flies them into Antarctica. And when they get there, they land at this base, and they're moved from the base to wherever they're going to be situated in Antarctica, and they're kind of isolated and cut off from anybody. So if you have a medical emergency, or God forbid somebody freaks out, it takes forever to do something about it. That's why there's all these health checks and stuff. But right now, one of the people who is in Antarctica is certifiably insane, and everybody else is stuck with them.
Awesome.
They can't get rid of this person. This is from the Associated Press. It says, a member of the South African research team that's confined for more than a year at an isolated Antarctica base was put under psychological evaluation there after he allegedly assaulted and sexually harassed his colleagues, according to government officials. The problems at this base were first reported by South Africa's Sunday Times, which said they got an email from a team member who's out there. Here's what the email said. His behavior has escalated to a point where it's deeply disturbing. I remain deeply concerned about my own safety, constantly wondering if I might become the next victim. The report said the man also allegedly made a death threat at the time. And so this person is there. They're at this facility in Antarctica. They're going crazy like The Shining or something. And they can't do anything. They can't, because it's not just like it's happening in New York, Dallas, San Francisco. It's not happening in a place like this where they can handle it. The South Africa Ministry of Environment, which oversees these research missions, said the alleged assault on the base leader was reported back in February. They've been trying to remotely intervene but they're not having a lot of success. They're trying to zoom in.
Just get on Zoom and go, stop it. Please stop it. Stop it.
And this is not surprisingly not working with the crazy person in Antarctica. The alleged perpetrator has willingly participated in further psychological evaluation, has shown remorse, and is willingly cooperative. They said, well, that sounds good. There is a formal apology to the victim of the alleged assault, and they're investigating this, they said. But it's a 9-member team that is at the base for 13 months. The equivalent of this would be like somebody going to the International Space Station and when they get up to ISS going, I hate everybody on here.
I believe that happened.
And then you can't get rid of them for another 12 months or so.
Is there not protocol? I mean, how is this not in the manual? Just in case this happens, turn to page 63. What to do with this person who's going crazy.
Well, the thing that blows my mind
is code is.
I know from talking to the scientists in Antarctica, they have a jail.
What if that scientist was the crazy person?
The guy I talked to was the sheriff at the time. He was like the head of all policing.
That sounds like an honorary title in Antarctica.
It's a thing that moves around between them. And he told me, when I was talking to him, he said, technically, I am the sheriff of the most territory in the world. Because Antarctica is so large in comparison with all different states and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so he's a sheriff in charge of the most territory. They only have one jail cell. They just got one like an old-timey neighborhood. And I don't know what they're going to do with this person. It is absolutely crazy to see.
I think I have a friend who is just at or near Antarctica. I don't know. I saw some Instagram posts with some penguins. Are there penguins in Antarctica or is that North Pole?
I don't know which one. I think the South Pole has penguins, but I might be wrong about that because I think they do some tours. And I know if you're going for, because I thought, it would be so cool.
Species of penguins.
I said it would be so cool to go with Courtney, fly to South America, and get on a boat and ride to Antarctica and just like put your feet on Antarctica. I said that would be so cool. That'd be so fun.
That'd be very cold.
Then I learned about the. What's the Sea-Lane? Find out what the passage is. It's something passage by Antarctica.
I think it's the Antarctic Passage, isn't it? What?
No, there's a different name for this. It is the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life. 30-foot waves, the Drake Passage. Yeah, and to get
this one, you end at the bottom.
Yeah, it is. I'm not going on it ever. It's the scariest thing I've seen in so long. So I'll be a big fat no for that. But those folks are dealing with some
good luck
craziness. Tom on YouTube says, dude, you're drunk and everybody can hear you on the radio. They should call you the alcohol junkie.
Sean, did you get your drink on?
What are you getting at, man?
Sean's hammered.
Yeah, that's me. A drink during the show. I've had 2 bottles so far.
You know, if you don't know how to get a hold of Sean, you can find him at
the liquor store.
An alcohol store.
Alcohol store. That's correct. The alcohol store is the correct location, sir. What the hell are you on about, loser?
Yeah, he's not
Very
drunk.
weird.
Slight buzz.
Will I be drunk this Friday night at about 7 p.m. after the week's a wrap? You bet your ass, sir.
Well, tonight's not a drinking night.
No, not tonight. No. Tonight is not a drinking night. Tomorrow is not a drinking night. The stretch here of no drinking nights.
We're going to make love sober.
Maybe. I don't know. You can think about that if you'd like to. If you want to spend some time ruminating on that. That's,
I'm all right.
I find it to be weird, but you do you, Sabrina. I'm not here to judge, okay?
I'm trying to have your back about being hammered, but if you want to play this game, then go ahead and grab that 3rd bottle. Tough guy.
I'll do it if I have to. I'll get wild in this studio today.
2 bottles.
And I'll do. What did we do that one time on this show?
He just staggers out of the studio. You said it wasn't a drinking night.
What was it? Remember what we did
during the day?
That'd be a good loophole. Remember when we drank out of the gallon bottles that one time?
The Borg.
Borg. Yeah, that's what it was. That day you could have got me, sir. You could have come at me, and it would have made a more of a dent.
We got lit that day.
That was a good time. Night Nurse on YouTube says, go to Melbourne, Australia, Sean. They have a penguin parade at Phillip Island.
What?
Very cool to see. That does sound cool. I would check that out for sure. It's just such a far flight. That's my biggest thing. Like, I would like to go to Australia. And maybe this is really, really dumb logic, but I'm sorry. It's just the way my brain works. If I am going to go on a flight from the United States to somewhere as far as Australia, I want, when I get there, things to be so radically different that it seems worth going that distance, if that makes sense. Like Japan, if I was to go to Japan and fly over there and then I'm hanging out in Tokyo or something like that, then I would be like, wow, this trip was totally worth it. Everything culturally is so completely different here. But I feel like Australia is the United States with kangaroos and wombat. Feel like that's the difference over there.
I heard that it's, definitely have some beautiful landscape and wildlife that you cannot find anywhere else. But also everything is so different than Florida. I mean, just when I was in Georgia a couple weeks ago, I'm like, these are what mountains look like. Whoa, look at that.
Beautiful place. All up there through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Beautiful places through there. The United States has a lot to offer, so maybe I don't have to go that far just yet. Well, we are keeping our eye on some of the dumb moves happening in the world of business. One, I believe, was when Southwest Airlines said, even though we're the people that don't charge you for your bags, we're going to start charging you for your bags. That seemed like a brave move and a dumb one. And in response, Frontier Airlines is now offering free checked bags.
Asterisk, okay? Put an
in
asterisk.
A swipe at Southwest here. What's the asterisk?
That it's promo. It doesn't last very long. You have to have a coupon for it or something.
It's from May 28th through August 18th. So it's a window of June, July, basically. It's 2.5 and some change months. Not very long. They will include a free checked bag if you use the promo code FREEBAG. If you use that promo code, then they'll give you a free checked bag. And Southwest has shocked their customers by ending their 2 free checked bags policy this May. I've seen enough of a reaction that I think they might regret that move. I think they could start thinking maybe we made a mistake here. But sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We know that the JFK files have been released, right? These files have been released. And they said there's a crazy person near the CIA headquarters, and the police and everybody responding there, they got the cavalry out, man. They got the army trucks. They got the whole damn thing.
Okay, welcome back. Looks like activity. We don't have a lot of details. We're showing you a live shot.
Where is this guy?
Of the headquarters of Central Intelligence in Langley, Virginia. That's in Northern Virginia. It looks like a police presence. There's some barricade up. I want to put that in the box. And as we know more here at Real America's Voice War Room, we will update you. But something quite odd.
Okay.
Quite
odd. That was vague.
Up to date on what's happening. That's Langley right there in the box.
Yeah, they don't know anything. There's a crazy person at the CIA HQ. That's what we know so far.
Oh, man. You know what would be crazy is if during this whole JFK files release thing, the crazy person does something so crazy that they have to keep a lot of confidential files about it, and they won't release them for 60 years.
And then when they do, just another womp moment.
You know what else? You know what else is crazy?
What?
So I was reading this on the texting service during the break, but somebody pointed out that the astronauts that just got back, when they left Earth, there was a Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, that's true.
And then they splashed into the Gulf of America.
Wait, are you telling me they can't actually see it from up there? Those words that we see on the map aren't actually...
No, they're not.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, mind blown.
That is a wild one to think about.
They'd still be changing them.
Did they
take a long time?
Did they land in and prepare listener who was so unbelievably triggered when I worked in the Gulf of America as a joke yesterday?
How dare you?
Did the astronauts land in the Gulf, or did they land off the coast off the East Coast?
No, all I heard was by Tallahassee.
No, it was the Gulf.
Okay, so so they did land in the Gulf. So
Question.
yeah,
maybe stupid. Were they supposed to land closer to where they took off, like the Cape?
No.
Okay,
it's usually the Gulf.
All right.
Yeah. It's crazy how the thing that they come down in is so little. It's crazy how small a little capsule is, but it gets the job done. And thankfully, those people are
up.
finally back on Earth here with the Dolphins. All right, we want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. When you go there, you'll see where it says record a dispatch. You can send a video or audio dispatch, and you can join us right here on the show today.
Oh, they
still got to get
audio from inside the capsule here.
Do they?
You dolphin!
No, that's not it. That's from South Park. That's, you know, and I don't think that's legitimate.
I thought that was from Hootie and the Blowfish.
Missing woman in the Dominican Republic. We'll get to her and see what's happening at some point here on the show. We'll get geared up for the next episode. And Fritz on the street, friends. The battle is coming soon. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Oh, you should take Angelique and Amber. One car.
There's not enough words in the world, buddy.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and through that World Drive area. Expect delays due to emergency construction on State Road 429 southbound at Independence Toll Plaza. The express lanes are closed.
Skull mic activated. Where's the weirdo who thinks I'm drunk? Where is that guy? Where'd that person go? What a strange human being. There's so many strange human beings out there. It's one thing I noticed from doing this show. Not you. You are normal and great and attractive even. And one of the smartest people I've met. But there are also a lot of really weird people. Just very, very strange. Unless I'm missing something. Hello to everybody over in chat. How are you feeling today? Question. Are you following the story of the missing lady out of the Dominican Republic? I feel like that's not getting a ton of attention yet. I don't know why. It's pretty interesting. Spring breaker goes to the Dominican Republic. Hello? Turn off? Okay. And ends up missing. They don't know where she is. They find this guy. The guy says he saved her life, actually, and doesn't know what's happening with her. I don't know. Seems pretty interesting to me. Then he's trying to leave the country. Her family is trying to get their daughter declared dead so that they can pursue the investigation. I think it's interesting. Speaking into a skull is not strange. Whoever said that. This is totally normal. It's a normal way to interact with people. And if you keep it up, I'll go back to my desk where you can't hear me for the entire commercial break. Don't make me turn this car around. Don't want to go to Punta Cana anymore. That's for sure. I have never been to the Dominican Republic. I have never been, but I would go. In fact, we might go. Courtney and I have been talking about cruises a little bit. And we got to take a bunch of trips this year because I think I took one trip last year in December when everybody was on break anyways. I didn't take a single vacation that was just by myself. Every day was just like a random day took off. So, fuck that. I'm taking vacation. I'm taking some vacations. Everybody else seems to be able to do it. I'm the only one who gets in trouble when I take a vacation. It ain't right. Are you with me? One's in chat. One's in chat if it ain't right. Or if you think I should be forced to work every single day and never get a day off, like Radio Gitmo. 2 in chat. 1 in chat for vacation, 2 in chat for Radio Gitmo. I see 1s so far, which is good. I deserve it, I think. No, hold on. No 2s, Abraham. Dispatch Dan says, literally says this every year. Do I say this every year? It's because I've been just dying
And I'm not even going to take like a whole week in a row. I would take like a Thursday, Friday, and then like a Monday or something. I want a breather. C Lane's about to go on his vacation. Everybody else goes on vacation all the time. I'm doing it. No twos in chat. All ones.
Show me those ones. Let me see those ones in chat. I deserve it.
Like unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and grocery stores. So enjoy the game, the meal, the show, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details. Brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to bring you closer to the athletes you love. Literally, with premium travel benefits from the Capital One Venture X card. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when booking on Capital One Travel and access to
Kelly says her dad was stationed in Antarctica. I'm sure that was cool. What an experience, you know? Like to say that they could probably list the number of people who have ever in history put their feet on Antarctica soil. And your dad was one of them. That's pretty cool. That's a cool dad story right there.
Gotta try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
College basketball back in the spotlight. March Hoops will have everyone talking.
You think you know what's going to happen, but it never goes as scripted.
Lock in Fox Sports Radio is your number one preset on the iHeartRadio app for the hottest takes.
We're going to have a 72-team tournament in the next couple of years.
And complete tournament coverage. Plus, binge on-demand podcast with The Dan Patrick Show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, and more. From tip-off to the final buzzer, search college basketball on the iHeartRadio app to stay in the know.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Send us a dispatch. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And also, you can, if you're a little nervous about that, send an email. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. I think Courtney ran out of her 90s movies. She was on the 90s movies kick. And
impossible.
Every night she'd go, get me this movie, get me this. And I'd get these movies and we watch them. And I'd go, damn, there were some great movies in the 90s. Some of these are awesome to watch. And then she stopped that. And that's bad news for me. Because that's when we end up on some weird stuff. Like she found Butt Boy, that movie. She found The Greasy Strangler, which is, I've talked about that on the show, maybe the weirdest movie I've ever seen. I feel like there are two types of people on planet Earth. There are people who have seen The Greasy Strangler and people who have not seen The Greasy Strangler. And I encourage you to become part of the people who have seen it just so you could talk about it afterwards. It's a weird experience. And last night, oh my God, what was the name of the movie? Hang on. Crumb Catcher. She goes, let's watch Crumb Catcher tonight. And I go, what on earth is Crumb Catcher? What weird deep web website are you finding these movies on? And
so you like little indie movies.
I do, and I'm glad when we watch them, but they're so weird. All of these movies are so bizarre. The Crumb Catcher movie that we watched last night, if anybody's ever seen this, was about this couple, and they just get married, and on their wedding day, the groom blacks out, and he doesn't know what he's done. And this couple that was working at the wedding, they start to blackmail him because they have a photo of the groom having sex, right? Cheating on the night of the wedding. And the couple just wants to sell their invention, which is called the Crumb Catcher. And you're supposed to put it at a table while people are eating, and it has a little broom in it, so you sweep up the crumbs when the crumbs go on the table. And
working their whole lives on this thing, huh?
That's it. And the guy in the couple is like, "This is the dumbest invention ever," and the guy's like, "Oh, it was something. It was a ride." I'm in a real bad spot here when she picks out these movies. I do not know where she finds them, but there's one that's added to the list. We got to get to you and your dispatches, and we shall here in just a moment. Tim Walz is trying to do like a redemption tour, I guess. He's making his way around, doing some speeches and stuff, if anybody cares. And he's
the only one. We haven't heard a peep from Kamala, really.
Other than the fires. She was out. She did some stuff for the fires in California, but other than that, you're right. I haven't heard much from her. I don't know what the hell she's up to.
Definitely nothing from Joe Biden.
She chilling.
No, Joe Biden's been quiet, all quiet on the Biden front. He might be just napping.
We've heard his name more from President Trump than anybody else, really.
Yeah. And Tim Walz, the guy who came out of nowhere and here he is. It's like Sarah Palin style. Here you go. He's going to be the vice president. And he tries to position himself as the tough guy, but he's weird. And he's up on stage, and he says now that he has something he does each day to put a smile on his face. And I was like, how are people going to receive this? But here he is.
Thing on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone. They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day.
This is type
225 and dropping. So
the cheering.
And if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
So he's saying he put the Tesla stock on his iPhone so he could watch it dropping like a rock, and it gives him the excitement for his day. A little boost during the day is what it gives him. And now Tesla stock also political, I guess. Hold on. How's Tesla stock doing? I know it was not doing very well. Tesla stock. But the market has been coming up. Nobody ever covers the market recovering quite as much as they do the market going down.
Did I see, and I'm going to look it up as I ask, but something about a board member of Tesla, selling off a bunch of shares before it started to plummet? Isn't that very, insider tradey?
Oh, it could be. It would certainly be something I think they would look into. I'm looking up Tesla stock, and I don't see that, but that does not mean it's out there. Oh, yeah, I do see ABC News has a story about this.
Told you.
It says, Tesla board members and executive sell off $100 million of stock in recent weeks. As Tesla stock has fallen in recent weeks, members of the board and an executive at Elon Musk's company have been selling off millions of dollars in stock, according to filings. The 4 top officers of the company have offloaded $100 million in shares since February. Well, did they do that before this all went down or after? Because if they did it after, that's quite bad. They said the sale took place on March 10th, coinciding with the stock's largest single-day decline in 5 years. The shares were sold to cover the exercise price, blah, 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 blah. Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother, who also sits on the board, unloaded 75,000 shares worth approximately $27 million next month. Must be nice. The chairman of the board has offloaded more than $75 million in 2 transactions in the past 5 weeks. But it just sounds like they're taking a bath on these things. It sounds like they're not on the winning side of this, unless I'm reading it wrong. But Tesla stock was at 360, and it's now at 234. And apparently Tim Walz is celebrating that. What do you think? let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we'll get to you and your comments in a moment. Let's talk about this lady, and I'm kind of amazed this story isn't getting more coverage because it's pretty interesting. I don't know why. What's maybe Trump? Everything's Trump and everything's Tesla, and so people aren't focused on this missing person in the Dominican Republic. Just to give you the overview, it's this woman, Sudiksha Konanki is her name. And she was in the Dominican Republic for spring break. This is the biggest case in the world as far as Dominican people are concerned right now. It's huge over there. The courtroom was mobbed when they were talking about this. And they believe a guy, Joshua Uribe, was possibly responsible for her death. The Joshua Uribe guy is weird. He's given like 5 stories so far. One of them was that he actually is a hero, and he saved her life when she was drowning. And then he doesn't know what happened to her after that. But they've said that he's now got a green light to go back to the United States of America. So he says, I understand I'm here to help, but it's been 10 days and I can't leave. The judge said, you're good to go. You got a green light. You can, go back home and head to the United States. And the family for this missing woman, they're still saying that they want her declared dead because they haven't even done that yet. They're going to push for that. And then they can start to move on from there. But here's the details from CBS. They say this 20-year-old woman is from Chantilly, Virginia, which sounds beautiful. I've never been, a suburb of D.C. She goes to college in Pittsburgh. She has permanent residency in the United States. Well, we know how permanent that is. As well as citizenship in India. She arrived in the Dominican Republic for spring break on March 3rd and was vacationing with a group of friends, 5 other women. She's been missing since March 6th after surveillance video showed her, 3 of her friends, and 2 other American men walk toward the beach area outside a hotel. The video is from 4:15 a.m. My God.
Nothing good happens at that time.
I don't think so. Power outages at the hotel may have prompted guests to move outdoors around that time, they say, though. An earlier surveillance video showed her and one of her friends hugging at the hotel bar. One of the men in the group walking the beach has been identified as 22-year-old Joshua Uribe, an American college student. They were walking with their arms around each other. The video shows 4 other individuals later returning to the hotel, but Konaki and Uribe stayed on the beach. They stayed behind. The last sighting happened about 4:50 a.m. in the beach. He told police he and Konaki were swept into the ocean by a large wave and both struggled against rough seas. He said he believed Konaki got out of the water, but was not certain, according to a person with direct knowledge of his statements. And the rest is, we don't know. We're wondering, did this guy kill her? Was it a great accident? Did he actually save her at some point? The mystery remains out there, so we'll keep an eye on that story. When we return, the next episode with Sabrina Ambra. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? In very 2025 fashion, today's headlines include White Lotus incest kiss, Justin Bieber's drowning, and anime is illegal. The 17th installment of Saw is being delayed due to what the writer calls intro-squabbling, or does anyone want to play a game? Plus, Nick Cannon wants everyone to know his loins are not done bearing fruit. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's Real Laughs, followed by Real Music Weekends at 10 on Real Radio 104.1 and on your free iHeartRadio app.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. You know, at Fox 35, we love these beautiful spring days with bright sunshine and highs in the mid-80s, and that's exactly what we're going to see today. The humidity will be low. It's going to be one of those great, great days. Tonight down to the 50s, tomorrow low 80s, but then we've got a couple of showers coming in during the afternoon associated with a cold front. In fact, by Friday, we're going to only top out around 73, but it'll get warm again this weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
I guess, going into International Diamond Center and them getting to know me personally and finding out that I am a nurse, a first responder, they offered a gracious discount. So definitely helped with my purchase.
Meet Crystal Caban, Air Force veteran and now critical care nurse. She's happily wearing several pieces of jewelry from IDC.
Knowing that I'm not coming in to spend a lot of money, just knowing that they're supportive with the first responders and getting a discount really helped entice me in making my purchase.
At IDC, we roll out the red carpet for heroes in uniform like Crystal every day, with personalized service and a 15% discount over and above IDC's everyday unbeatable price.
I felt so warmed and welcomed, and that's just what kept us coming back again and again.
Are you a first-time responder or veteran? Join Crystal and countless others who've made International Diamond Center their home for jewelry.
Hi, I'm Crystal Caban. I would highly recommend International Diamond Center to any first responder.
International Diamond Center.
They will absolutely take care of you. I promise you that.
3 convenient Orlando locations.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
If you're the victim of a car crash,
Folks, coming back in 2 minutes. Coming back in 2 minutes with the next episode. And then Fritz on the street. And maybe I'll represent the guy who emailed me. Maybe I'll represent you in Fritz on the street. I'm feeling it. Today there's victory in the air. I think that I can win this thing. I just got to plan like C-Lane does. Like, who died? What are the things I need to know that Fritz definitely asked? And then I got to, instead of just chilling, answer quickly. Because I always just get distracted and chill. I'm going to try hard today. And maybe I fight for you and Fritz on the street. Abraham, you know some of the things he asked? Oh, that's like inside information, man. I'll feel bad if I asked you more. Don't tell me anymore. I want to play fair and square, okay? 1 minute. We're coming back.
Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about EyeZurvey today.
EyeZurvey gets GA going slower.
Visit EyeZurvey.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
HOA and condo board members, fiber internet has never been easier. Bluestream Fiber simplifies the switch, helping your community save up to 50% while keeping residents happy. Their step-by-step process makes upgrading hassle-free. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio today.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physical present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the
Of entertainment and beyond. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Real quick, I hate to do this, but I feel like I need to come out and run some defense for the Nepo babies out there, because they've never had it worse. There's now a slur that's aimed at them anytime anything happens with them in public. And if you're related to somebody rich and famous, you're stuck with it. We talked about Jack Nicholson's son, who's been in a round of movies, and they are labeling him Nepo baby because nepotism, that's why he's getting these jobs. Even though I said I think he's a fantastic actor. Like, I think he's a really, really good actor. And who was the other one? Quaid? Was it the Quaid kid?
Yeah, Dennis Quaid's kid.
Dennis Quaid's kid also hit with the Nepo baby stuff. And the one I saw that I thought was so unfair, there's a whole slew of articles today about the Nepo baby that was next to Tracy Morgan when he was puke-amungus at the Knicks game. And it turns out that girl that's to the left of Tracy Morgan is Steven Spielberg's daughter.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, she's hilarious. Her and, is it Barbara Streisand's kid?
Is it?
Or Susan Sarandon's kid? They're both friends, and they make the funniest content on TikTok all about being Nepo babies.
Oh,
like, to the
God.
point where he got New York Times tattooed on his chest because they did one article about him in, like, page 12.
Well, she's at the game next to Tracy Morgan, who's puke-amungus like crazy. And they go, how could she do this? This Nepo baby. She's under fire, the headline says, for her heartless reaction to Tracy Morgan vomiting.
What is she supposed to do, cup her hands and catch it?
And I'm like, if I'm sitting next to somebody who's just vomiting everywhere, what do you want me to do? I'm not going to do anything. I hope he gets some medical help or something. The Nepo baby just sat there in silence as Steven Spielberg's daughter doesn't help. And I look at this and said, oh, God. Firing up her Insta stories, she posted a still of her grimacing next to Tracy Morgan and wrote, I had a great time. And she said, genuinely so glad he's okay. Honestly, thank you for making my first courtside game one to remember. But because she didn't jump in and help Tracy Morgan, I guess. It's a bad person, bad human being there.
What would piss people off more? Knowing that that's her first courtside game, or her, like, 23rd? He's like, oh, yeah, I get to go courtside all the time because I'm Steven Spielberg's daughter.
Must be nice.
But I didn't get the limelight because Tracy was vomiting.
She's not going to shake those accusations, but I think, look at these people individually.
Leave her alone.
If they're good, who cares who their parents are? They deserve to be where they are. It would kind of suck to live in the shadow of a sibling or a parent your whole life.
Yeah, I've talked to my siblings.
It would be difficult to have to compare to your dad being somebody super famous, your mom being super famous, or not helping Tracy Morgan enough. What is she supposed to do? All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Navy beans, Navy beans, Navy beans.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. That Mortgage Guy Don is literally the best. Super nice guy. Very, very smart. And when you're making big life decisions, you got to work with someone you can trust. And I trust him with my life. But I definitely trust him when it comes to refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, maybe starting a business or expanding the one you already have. Start the process today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
Welcome to the show, Fritzy.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great to have you.
There he is.
35 years ago, 1990, this gal right here.
Gloria Estefan.
Gloria Estefan. It was on this day she suffered a broken back when her tour bus was hit by a skidding truck on an icy Pennsylvania highway. Within a year, she was back on stage. Here's some audio from the accident. Ow! Thank you.
I've never heard that before. That's wild.
That's great.
Something.
Have you heard this before? Nick Cannon wants more children.
My God, say it ain't so. Chasing Elon.
Challenge accepted, I guess. But he has revealed that he is not done having children, even though
Chasing Elon sounds like a really terrible rom-com.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. America's a whore. Chasing Edmund. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Beautiful, beautiful band.
Although he already has fathered 12 children from 6 different women, he says the cannon is not empty. And he's ready to make more. He revealed at some point, I guess he was on this podcast, We Playin' Spades.
Okay.
With Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder. They revealed they both had vasectomies after welcoming several children.
I wonder what they do on that podcast, huh?
Crazy guess. I think they play spades.
I think they might, yeah.
Also, do you guys know how to play spades? I don't.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I love spades. Yeah. It's, fun for card games.
All right, I'm sold.
We've been doing this marble game lately that's really good.
Mancala?
Playing marbles, nerd? What's going on over there?
Spades is just as dirty.
Spades is not nerdy. Spades is what you play in prison. Marbles is what you
and
play
also nursing
in
homes.
NASA camp or something.
NASA camp? No, you build rocket ships in NASA camp.
Not when you're little. When you're a little kid, they don't let you do anything significant. So they go play a bunch of marble games, nerd.
You went to NASA camp.
No, my dad wanted me to, but I was too scared of being away.
Man, I really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
When they were playing spades and talking about getting the snip, Crowder had said, "It's another man at this table that needs to think about that S." Of course, referring to the only person who hasn't had a vasectomy, being Nick Cannon. And he said, "I feel like this is an intervention." And the saddest part, page 6 says, "The drumline star said." A very long time ago. So he just said, "I am not done." So get ready, ladies. And maybe with that amount of children, they might find themselves down the road in a situation that is leaving fans of this show just baffled.
White Lotus.
That is good.
Is this the new theme song?
It is not, but I don't like the new theme song.
I don't either. I think you're right about that.
Like
the other one is so fun. That one was so unique.
Seems problematic.
That's how they do it. That's how they
She
created
did
the
it?
song.
Did she do the hand over the
Yeah,
mouth
she
thing?
did.
Oh, that's where it comes in.
How else
yeah.
are you supposed to do it?
I don't know how
You
to do
just
it.
did the same thing.
How do you ululate without doing that?
Ooh, is that the word?
Yeah.
It is the word.
Well, the word is, the second word,
Bird was the word.
incest kiss.
Oh, okay.
Incest is the word.
Exactly what happened. I guess most recent, it was the most recent, because I just watched it, titled Full Moon Party. It, spoiler alert, showed the two brothers, one I know played by Patrick Schwarzenegger, and the other one, Sam Nivola. He's supposed to be the younger high school student, 18-year-old, I'm not sure.
Locke, yeah.
But in Thailand with two hot ladies playing Spin the Bottle or Truth or Dare.
They're
And
getting somewhere with their story.
they shared a brother kiss.
Really?
And not even, like, it was very Tom Brady-esque, where his son, lest anyone's ever not heard this story, you're welcome, he was getting a frontal massage on his kitchen table, Tom Brady, and his son asked if he could go play Roblox, and he goes, "Not without a kiss." And his son gave him a peck, and he goes, "That was just a peck." So then he went back for a second 8 Mississippi long kiss with his father. And that's kind of how the scene played out on White Lotus, except these aren't actual brothers, but they are portraying brothers so well that everyone is losing their mind online. They were shocked at the eagerness of the characters to become intimate. They say Logan was a little too eager to kiss Saxon, like, "Sir, that is your brother." Someone else in all caps, "The younger one didn't even hesitate to kiss the older one. Twice."
They know that these aren't real people, right?
I don't think they do, Sean.
But they're
a little confused.
This far into the series, it has been established they are brothers. And older brother was trying to get his younger brother laid. But then they shared a very intimate kiss.
Didn't one of the brothers oogle the other brother's junk during the first episode?
Yeah, Patrick Schwarzenegger went. It wasn't full frontal, but you definitely saw.
Like he went to go. He
saw some skin.
He told him, he's like, "Yo, I'm going to go to the bathroom and self-love," but then kept the bathroom door open.
Oh, yes, I saw that scene.
So let's see what next episode brings us. But there's your fair warning. we got some incest all up in White Lotus. And unfortunately, some bad news for the fans of this franchise right here.
You want to play a game? Oh, Saw. Yeah.
Saw is right.
Yep, damn it.
I am a little behind on my Greek numbering, Roman numbers. X is 10.
11. It's 11.
Jesus. Well, Saw 11 is reportedly being delayed due to what one of the writers on the film describes as intra-squabbling, or here on the News Junkie, we call it the casual, the usual.
Mm-hmm.
We intra-squabble all the time. That's what makes
It's a
the
regular
show
day.
beautiful. They say between the producers of the film and the studio Lionsgate, believe it or not, we are on the 21-year anniversary of the first Saw film.
Holy cow.
2004.
I've still never seen any of them.
What?
Oh, that first one is great.
I'm obsessed. And at one point, there was I think we had a New Year's or a Halloween party at my house. And for some reason, I was like, we should just buy the whole package. And now I own 7 of them digitally.
Do they
And
get
I'm way
worse
behind.
as they go along, or are there some of them that are actually good?
I thought the first 3 were great.
Uh-huh.
There
Classics.
was one where it's goes prequel style that I didn't necessarily care for. And now apparently I'm very behind. I didn't realize that there are 10 out there. But they haven't heard anything since last May when they began production on Saw 11.
That's a
So
while.
there has been 0 progress since he and a writing partner, this guy named Patrick Melton, since the spring of last year. So very scary. They just can't quite get on the same page.
I always wonder about people who write that kind of stuff. Does it take a little bit of crazy to be able to write that masochistic or violent type stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies where I've watched and I'm like, who thought of that? But I guess better to put it in writing and on the big screen than do it in real life.
Yeah.
But after 10 Saws, I don't even know if you have to be sadistic. You just
That's
have
a
to
lot of Saws.
put all of the things into one bin and kind of spin it around and see what happens. But they're not on the same page. According to reports, there is a group of lawmakers that are on the same page that apparently want to make Dragon Ball Z and other animes illegal. God, that is loud. Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but they're saying some of the most beloved anime series are looking to become illegal due to the broad wording of the bill regarding the depiction of minors in media. Question, are they still minors if they have magical powers and don't live on Earth?
Wait, hold on,
and
though.
cartoon.
Are we talking about anime or lolicon?
What?
Yeah.
Or hentai.
Or yeah.
Well, because
Or manga?
anime.
I have no idea.
The anime world is one thing, and there's all kinds of people who love that stuff. But I think it's called lolicon is when people are into animes, but it's a little girl that they draw, and it's
represent the lolicon.
creepy sex stuff with that, which is very strange.
So it's all very broad, of course. I could read you the bill, Senate Bill 20, planned to be included as the amendment to Chapter 43 of the Texas Penal Code.
Can you sing it to me
Penal.
like they would on Schoolhouse Rock?
A person commits an offense if the person knowingly possesses excesses with intent to view or promotes obscene visual material containing a depiction that appears to be a child younger than 18 years by Section 43.21A1B.
If they did this in Congress, it would be
There's
more.
no comma in that at all. I
It's a
couldn't
lot of
breathe.
work.
I'm lightheaded from all of
I
that.
liked it. I liked it. Thank you. Appreciate
so
that.
it says it could put anime series, comics, and games at risk with a lot of stories depicting underage characters in situations considered violent or otherwise inappropriate from a certain perspective. High school characters in romantic situations, for example, or who are dressed in a sexualized fashion could fall under the umbrella of obscenity.
So no more sexy.
So if should come to pass, the enforcement would be closely monitored by fans and creators of content that could fall under its purview. So get your Dragon Ball Z on before it's gone.
All right.
Thank you. And damn it, there goes my time. I will leave you with this. The Queens are back together. One of them was just recently on tour, and according to my mom's review, it was a little rough to watch, but they say, doesn't matter. Gladys Knight, Chaka Khan, Patti LaBelle and Stephanie Mills are hitting the road together.
Can I be offensive for a moment?
Okay.
Who's Stephanie Mills?
How dare you?
I know the other three, and I'm like, legendary, legendary, legendary. And then they're like, and Stephanie Mills. And I was like, is this somebody's little sister?
I bet we know Stephanie Mills' number one hit.
I felt like I don't know that she was in the right company there.
Well, she is. She's part of the Queens and the Queens Tour that kicks off May 9th in Vegas. Baby, they're beyond excited to hit the road with three incredible women, says Chaka Khan, for a tour that will be nothing short of legendary. And it's also not nothing short. It's very short. It's like 8 dates. But have fun, everybody. On the boob tube, have a good time. How about that? Enjoy whatever you watch on TV, on your phone, laptop, maybe just in your head. Follow your dreams as well. And me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. But most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. I'm just saying, nobody knows that lady, right?
Anyone pull it up?
Fritz, do you know this Stephanie lady?
I do not.
See, Fritz would know if anybody would know. Fritz has extensive musical knowledge.
Never knew love like this.
Oh,
I know. Never knew love like this.
That's not the song.
I mean, I think I
love like this.
But should she be in the company of the other four? What were the four names again? I'm sorry.
Gladys Knight.
Gladys. Chaka Khan.
Chaka Khan.
Yeah, Patti LaBelle. Those are three big, giant names.
Absolutely.
Something good.
Vex, say that.
I just don't know if her name is on that level, but I don't know. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, here's what we're going to do, friend. We're going to play a little Fritz on the street, and that's when we battle it out. Head to head to head, we make sure we play the greatest game in all of radio.
The gayest game as well. So gay.
Gayer than hell.
The greatest game in all of radio, not the gayest game in all of radio.
Not
but
yet.
I'm sure it might be in contention. We'll see. When we come back,
I wonder what the gayest game in radio is.
That's what I started thinking about.
Go back to anything before 96.
Well, we're going to play Fritz on the Street. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
An accident's causing slowdowns on the Turnpike northbound before Osceola Parkway. There's a crash on Semorin Boulevard between Montgomery Road and I-4. The left lane's blocked there. Keep an eye out for a crash on US 27 at Highland Preserve Boulevard. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Champions Gate area. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by 7-Eleven. Spontaneous pizza cravings can happen at any moment, so they've got you covered. Get 2 bigger slices of hot, delicious pizza, plus a Pepsi 20-ounce for just $5 with 7 rewards. Cravings satisfied. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for details.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Funny Marco, March 21st through 22nd, with a massive audience of over 10 million fans across all social media platforms. Funny Marco is redefining the entertainment industry. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 689-305-2853. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 689-305-2853. That's 689-305-2853.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander Top Safety Pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage voted best priced new car in America, starting at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months, $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you, because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection.
All right, folks. It's time to get pumped up. It's time to get pumped up for Fritz on the Street. Still just got ad blocked. This camera got ad blocked. Time to get fired up. Am I going to pick the email guy? Am I going to pick you? Who died this week? What major stories is Fritz going to talk about? It's always one story that's like a bit of a twist. It's like, oh, that one. All right. All right, got to get fired up and ready. Fritz on the Street, minutes away. Who should I represent?
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Maurice Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
And here's how this works, friends. If you don't know, We battle it out head to head. Myself, Sabrina, and C-Lane in the weekly showdown that is Fritz on the Street, and we fight for you. And Fritz on the Street, we fight for you, and if we win, you win. You get your hands on the very rare FOTS Hitman Magnet designed by Fritz himself. So now, to start things off, who are we representing? I, Fritz, have chosen to represent Mark via email. Mark, who emailed
You're not
me.
Fritz.
Mark will be my person who I represent in Fritz on the Street today. Sabrina, what about you? Who will you be playing for?
Oh, I'm going to be playing for Kara, who visited from West Palm a couple fun houses ago.
Yeah.
All right.
To play trivia like in the flesh.
It was last week.
Kara from West Palm Beach. She's down
Just
for
seems
you.
like so many fun houses ago.
And straight from the alcohol store, C-Lane himself. C-Lane, who are you representing at Fritz on the Street today?
Steve-O, I guess.
Steve-O, it is.
For Fitz on the Street.
And now it's time to get into things.
Or Fist on the Street if we're going with the gay version.
Jeez.
First, we have to ask the question. Fritz, how are you? How are you doing? What's going on?
Doing well. I'm going to see Deftones tomorrow, so I'm really pumped.
Ooh,
you going
nice.
Friends. My wife and then 2 friends.
My wife.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan and Keela. Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. Deftones have seen a resurgence, and a lot of younger people are into Deftones now.
He named the other band that's like opening / co-headlining, and I was like, man, I haven't heard that name in a while. The Mars Volta.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know of them. Man, well, that sounds fun. Mars Volta, it's a lot of music as opposed to like singing. There is singing, but
really high register too.
Yeah, I can't get up there. All right, Fritz, good to hear from you as always, and I think it's time to get into things. Are you ready?
Rock and roll!
Here we go. Let's do Fritz on the Streets.
Now it's time for
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Sean. Hello, C-Lane. Fritz on the Street is sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 800-866-CALL-MO. That number, 1-800-866-CALL-MO. In first place with 81 points, we have Miss Sabrina Ambra.
Yeah.
In second place with 70 points, we have Mr. Christopher Lane. And in third place with 65 points, we have Mr. Sean Wasson.
All right, I need a miracle today.
So 81, 70, and 65. I go to the bar, so you don't have to. I ask 8 questions.
But I want to.
You can come.
Alcohol store.
That's true. Alcohol store / bar. I ask 8 questions, 4 current event questions, and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. Then you guys have to guess out of 8 answers how many got it right.
Cool. How'd it go?
Oh, it was great. Thank you for asking.
Where was it?
Thank you for asking that as well. Each Tuesday, I'm at Cavo's Bar and Kitchen.
You like my question better.
Yep. And downtown Orlando, and you can catch Fritz's Funhouse. That's my trivia game every Tuesday night. We had 10 teams.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, so a bunch. And I like it when it's packed, so definitely come and have fun. Gayer than hell.
So I got that title.
If you guys are ready, we will jump into question number 1.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Question numero uno. The LA Dodgers beat the C-Lane.
Japan?
Japan is correct. Full question.
I was about to guess Cubs,
Japan.
and then I heard you say the Chicago, and I was like, all right, where is it?
Full question. The LA Dodgers beat the Chicago Cubs in the Major League Baseball season opener hosted in which country? C-Lane, you got that right. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Japan?
I'm going to go 7.
7.
6.
6 for Sabrina.
5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 1.
Crazy guy.
With answers of 5, 6, and 7. Oh,
ding, 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 ding.
Someone's picking up 2 points. The LA Dodgers beat the Chicago Cubs in the Major League Baseball season opener hosted in which country?
Probably Japan.
Japan? No idea. What?
Japan.
Pass. No. Japan.
That would be 5. So Sean is picking up 2 points.
Japan.
There it is. Sabrina with a guess of 6, picking up 1 point.
Japan.
Now let's see what question 2 has in store for us. Uh-oh, it's about religion.
Oh,
I'm out.
Everyone's favorite. Question 2. Sunni is the largest denomination of what religion?
Sean. Islam.
Islam is correct.
Damn.
Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Islam?
4.
4.
I'll go 3.
3 for C-Lane.
I will go 2.
And 2 for Sabrina. Question 2 with answers of 2, 3, and 4. Who know they're Muslims?
Oh my!
Sunni is the largest denomination of what religion?
Muslim. Islam. Islam.
Hindu. Islam. Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Islam?
What?
That would be 7.
That was very fast.
Yep. Yeah, Islam is a very quick word, you know.
Islam.
So 7 and no points are awarded on that one.
Damn it.
Question 3, upcoming. A federal judge has ruled Elon Musk and Doge's role in dismantling what?
Sean.
USAID. USAID is correct.
Yes.
In dismantling what might have been unconstitutional. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said USAID?
6.
6.
3.
3 for Sabrina.
Oh, which one do I go? Thor.
And 4.
Get me a horse.
And 4 for C-Lane. Question 3 with answers of 3, 4, and 6. 3, 4, and 6. Let's see. A federal judge has ruled Elon Musk and Doge's role in dismantling what might be unconstitutional.
Department of Education.
Medicaid. Social Security.
Department of Education?
Department of Education.
USAID. USAID.
Social Security.
2. There was just too many, I guess.
Yeah.
So, 2. That means Sabrina with a guess of 3, picking up 1 point.
Cool.
Question 4 is upcoming. That's the halfway point on Fritz on the Street. After question 4, I'll tell you who so far is leading on the day. And question 4 goes thusly. What kind of salt is added to homemade ice cream? Sabrina.
Sea salt.
That is incorrect. C-Lane.
Damn it.
Rock salt.
Rock salt is correct. C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think made homemade ice cream?
5.
5.
I don't like that.
4.
4 for Sean.
4.
And 4 for Sabrina. C-Lane, did you want to...
No. I've been...
Not bad.
He just wants to be really low confidence on this. I'm going to stick with it.
Question 4 with answers of 4 and 5. Let's see how many people know their rock salt. What kind of salt
We are
is
not
added
doing
to
well.
homemade ice cream?
Rock salt. Rock salt?
Rock salt. Sea salt.
Sea salt. No? Rock salt. Rock salt.
Rock salt.
That would be 6.
Man, Islam and ice cream, it seems,
Hand in hand.
are 2 big ones.
I don't know if ice cream is haram in their religion or not. C-Lane with a guess of 5. You are picking up 1 point. That means through 4 with 4 remaining. In first place with 4 points, that would be Sean/Mark. In second place with 3 points, we have C-Lane/Steve-O. And in third place with 2 points, we have Sabrina/Kara. Is it Kara or Kara?
It was online, so we just got to assume one of those.
Kara, all right.
Kara it is.
Kara.
Question 5 now, 4 remaining. Amid controversy, Mexico City has banned what traditional yet violent celebrated pastime?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Shooting guns in the air.
That is incorrect.
Sean.
Bullfighting. Bullfighting is correct.
Yeah.
I almost cursed.
They said no more bullfighting, and people were like, ah.
We didn't know you did it here.
Son of a. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said bullfighting?
6.
6.
5.
5 for Sabrina.
2.
And 2 for C-Lane. Question 5 with answers of 2, 5.
I changed.
Okay.
4.
4 for Sabrina.
I changed.
Yeah. I changed.
That was the fastest way to say that you could think of.
Question 5 with answers of 2, 4, and 6. Let's see. Who knows they're bullfighting? Amid controversy,
God, you guys,
Mexico
not one.
City has banned what traditional yet violent celebrated pastime?
Bullfighting comes to mind. Is it bullfighting? Bullfighting?
Oh, I would assume bullfighting.
Bullfighting. Bullfighting?
Bullfighting.
That's 7.
Damn.
Sean with a guess of 6, picking up 1 point.
Yes.
I also want to note this is the first Fritz on the Street in weeks that you're like, today's my game.
Yeah.
Now you're
he
actually
won.
winning.
No, he won last week.
Oh, yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you
I
and
thought we
C-Lane
tied.
tied.
God, how do I
Still a win, baby. Still
and
a
then I
W.
end up like I can win and I'm still so far behind. guess it's the losing that does that, isn't it? Yeah.
Question 6, 3 remaining. This is about music. Which record label signed the Beatles? Sabrina.
The Beatles. Imagine. That was not the one that's just screaming in my head right now. Abbey Road.
C-Lane.
Incorrect. C-Lane.
Apple.
Apple's incorrect.
Oh, shoot. Can I hear the question again?
You got it. Which record label signed the Beatles in 1962?
1962. I'm just going to go with the biggest record label I know at the time, Sun Records.
That would be EMI. EMI. Decca Records passed and said guitar groups were on the way out. Sean, you got question 5 right. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said EMI?
Well, I don't know. They're pretty damn smart, and they seem to get a lot right, so I'll just go with 7.
Wow, okay. I'm going to go with 3.
3 for Sabrina.
1.
And 1 for C-Lane. Question 6 with answers.
Change.
I change.
I change?
Do you want to change yours?
I would like to change to 4, please.
4. Question 6 with answers of 1, 3, and 4. Question 6. 1, 3, and 4.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone is picking up 2 points. Who could it be? Which record label signed the Beatles in 1962?
Oh, I should know this, and I don't.
Capital.
I'm gonna say like Alphabet, ABC.
I'm sorry.
EMI?
Pass. Apple Records.
Pass.
Columbia. I have no idea.
Damn!
That would be 1. So C-Lane is picking up 2 points on that one. And with 2 questions remaining, of course, we go on to question 7. Over the weekend...
Kara, we're not winning, okay?
Over the weekend, President Trump deported over 200 gang members to which
Sabrina.
Brazil.
Sabrina.
That is incorrect. Sabrina.
El Salvador.
El Salvador is incorrect.
I just saw it.
Can I get the whole question, please?
You got it. Over the weekend, President Trump deported over 200 gang members to which South American country?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
What?
Uruguay.
That would be Venezuela. It might have been El Salvador.
It to El Salvador.
Yeah, the thing that I saw was 200 gang members of the Tren de Aragua gang.
Flag on the field.
That was
pretty
Venezuela.
sure it was El Salvador.
That means the train of Aragua.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Let's see.
El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
Sean, you got question 5, right? We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Venezuela?
1.
1.
2.
2 for Sabrina.
2.
And 2 for C-Lane. Question 7 with answers of 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Over the weekend, President Trump deported over 200 gang members to which South American country?
I think that was Venezuela.
Venezuela.
El Salvador.
I have no idea. Colombia?
Venezuela? El Salvador.
Venezuela? Venezuela?
That's what I was
Nicely done.
Nice job, bud.
That would be 5. So no points awarded on that one.
We really underestimate these people.
Yeah, we do.
We have one more question left, but before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place with 6 points, we have Sean/Mark. In second place with 5 points, C-Lane/Steve-O. And in third place with 2 points, Sabrina/Kara. So, question
Can I take
8.
a moment and point out the people who play Fritz on the Street each week sound like they're having a real good time.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right? So, you need to get out there next
the
week.
ones that are mad.
Yeah.
There's a couple miserable ones in there. Go to Fritz's Funhouse Trivia and be part of this, all right, friends? It's a good time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sean. Question 8. What is the capital of Nevada?
C-Lane. Capital of Nevada. Nevada.
Aruba.
Carson City.
Carson City's correct.
Whoa!
Nicely done. C-Lane out of 8 answers. How many do you think said CC?
5.
5.
6.
6 for Sabrina.
4.
And 4 for Sean. Question 8. With answers of 4, 5, and 6. Let's see.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right. This could sway the game. No. What is the capital of Nevada?
I don't remember.
Carson City.
Carson City.
Is that Las Vegas? No.
Carson City. Reno.
I just studied this last week for a test. Oh, Carson City.
I got my man. That would be 4. Yeah, he was 10. 4. So Sean is picking up 2 points on that one, and C-Lane with a guess of 5, picking up 1 point. That means...
I'm just happy to be a part of this.
winning on the day. With 8 points, that would be Sean Watson / Mark. Congratulations, Mark. In second place with 7 points, C-Lane / Steve-O. And in third place with 2 points, Sabrina / Kara. That means in first place, if I'm doing my math correctly, and still winning on Fritz on the Street with 83 points. That would be Sabrina Ambra. And second place with 77 points, now just 6 away, is Christopher Lane. And in third place with 73 points, just 10 behind Sabrina, is Sean Watson, and that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz!
Thanks, Fritzy.
There he is, folks.
Great time.
We love him.
Now get out.
We love him, too. Fritz on the Street is always a blast.
Sean, you were 16 points behind Sabrina, now you're only 10.
Hey, look at that. I mean, when you look at the scoreboard, I feel like at least I'm in the game, and that's a good feeling. I know I will probably be blown out of the water next week.
We're all in the game.
This sounds like a post-game interview.
I know, but it's not.
We got out there. We tried our hardest.
My team played hard behind me. That's all I can ask for.
It's not that I'm out of the game. It's that sometimes I feel like I'm out of the game because I look at the scoreboard and go, man, I am getting my ass kicked here. But here we go. All right. If you're a winner, email me tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I'll get you all set up with that Fritz on the Street Hitman magnet.
Your mom, you can just go unfollow me.
My mom is even chiming in. It was El Salvador.
Thank you.
Was it?
I think
I even looked up
the point, man.
I even looked up Venezuela as I was editing the question today, and it was like,
I just saw a story this morning about
reported
it.
to Venezuela.
They said Fritz Troversy on chat. They're stirring up some drama.
Do I get the point?
No, it's too late. It's too
I'm
late.
sorry.
The game
I
has ended.
believe it's Fritz's call.
Now, I've been
Did
wrong
you hear
before.
Did you hear the post locker room speech? That means the game is over.
No, I wasn't allowed in the locker room.
Oh, all right. We're going to take a quick break. Fritz, you want to hang out with us today?
I would love to. Let's create more controversy.
Let's do it. All right. Full speed ahead, friends. And if you want to hang out with us, all you have to do is, well, just keep doing what you're doing right now.
All right.
That seems to be working so far. We got more fun town hall audio coming up in just a bit.
Party time.
And a jury duty is on the way. And a shocking moment for a daredevil. Things didn't go as planned. What happened? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll roll through the JFK files. We'll find out how the Starliner astronauts are doing. We'll also do Animal House. We'll have a conversation with our buddy Scott Maxwell from the Orlando Sentinel. For trivia, it's tickets to Orlando City and Glass Animals. And at 6, our buddy Ross Padgett joins us. Plus, your calls, texts, and talkbacks.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
An accident's causing slowdowns on the Turnpike northbound before Osceola Parkway. There's a crash on Semorin Boulevard between Montgomery Road and I-4. The left lane's blocked there. Keep an eye out for a crash on US 27 at Highland Preserve Boulevard. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Champions Gate area. Just travel with caution on the roadways this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Shoe Station.
Shoe Station is now open at Altamont Mall in Altamont Springs. Experience shoe shopping like never before with all the brands you love, like Brooks, Birkenstock, Cole Haan, New Balance, Skechers, and more. Visit Shoe Station, now open at Altamont Mall.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hi, I've got a circuit breaker that keeps popping.
Okay, let me go online to get you scheduled.
That's great. Come on, what kind of a low-tech operation is this?
Here we go.
You've got...
Skull mic is on. The skull mic is activated. How you doing today, folks? How's everything going? What is your favorite story of the day? What's grabbing your attention? Hello, Tanya. Abraham, Big Dog Millionaire. Big Digits.
Feral kitten? This is weird. Christina, I'm still not used to feral kitten. It's like you had one username always. Now it's a new username, and I just can't make it right in my head. Just yet. AJ Soup, hello. Cars and Coasters. How are you? Off to work early. Where do you work? Well, I'm just going to assume something to do with Cars and Coasters. But how is this early? Right now it's going to work early. That means you work late. Or you just work a very short amount of hours and you got the best damn job you could ever think of. Said, show up at 3 p.m., be here till 5 p.m. That's even less than us. Can we get you a small monitor next to the skull mic? Okay, I installed the other day, I put an iPad here and I put the chat on it so that I could look at it, and then I felt stupid about it. I felt dumb. I said, do we need this anymore? I've got monitors everywhere. There's 2 monitors here for production. There's a monitor here and a monitor here and a monitor here. And we've got iPads there and there and there. And I thought to myself, do I really need that? I can just confide in chat and treat this as if it's like some sort of, like on Big Brother where they do their little interviews. And then if I want to go read what you're saying, I can just lean over to one of those 18,562 monitors. I can do that. Well, you cut out, C-Lane. I heard C-Lane for a second, and then he cut out. I only heard you for a second, and then you cut out. I think so. I wonder, can you guys hear C-Lane? Can you guys hear C-Lane? It's like the voice of God coming through the speakers. Barely? No? It seems like Skull Mic works best if I'm incredibly close. Like this is the optimal distance to be away from Skull Mic. But honestly, it feels too intimate. And I'm literally like inches away from a skull. So this is just a strange experience. Maybe I should be drunk for this. All right, 1 minute. Coming back.
The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to...
FFQ, there's not a 5-second delay, there's a 6-second delay. And the 6-second delay is because of the radio station delay. The video it's so complicated.
We're here to help. I'm Leah Palmieri.
And I'm Matt Stillo.
And this season on Grown Up Stuff, we're making taxes way less scary.
There's no other time in life where you're like, am I going to get back $4,000 or am I going to owe $10,000? It's like the crappiest casino
Listen to Grown Up Stuff on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Grown Up Stuff and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
I feel strongly about this one, though. I really do. I feel absolutely strongly about this, and I want to see if anybody agrees. We'll get to that in just a moment here on the show. Send us a dispatch to join us. What do you want us to talk about? What's on your mind? What is the big story that you're blabbing about? What's viral in your world? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. I think this is just an accurate take, but it is one of those back in my day takes. I miss something. I miss something from my youth.
Hugs.
And I don't know if Sabrina might be too young to connect with this, because I don't know what point this stopped happening. And Sealand and Fritz, just you guys tell me where you land on this. But there was a phenomenon, a thing that would happen that I loved when I was young, and it just doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. And that was the daredevil, the stunt performer.
Oh,
the big
Evel Knievel.
I am not too young for that.
Evel Knievel jumping over a snake river or whatever. Like the thing
Snake
where everybody
River
would gather around and they would go, "Hey, did you hear what's happening?" And you'd go, "No, what's going on?" And they'd be like, "A guy is going to tightrope walk from one building to another and he might die on live TV." And we'd all go, "What?
How dare you?" David Blaine was the daredevil of, I would say, my generation. I have like 3 of his DVDs, and it would constantly be, okay.
No, I'm listening. But
There was definitely stunts he did in which he might die.
I'm trying to think if David Blaine is in the same category, because he does do stunts, definitely, but they're more usually public stunts and like stunts where he's trying to last a long time in a cold room or something.
Right.
And I'm kind of talking about an American flag jumping over some school buses.
Well, I also did see that. There are a lot of great places in the middle of Florida with a Walmart and Applebee's that have the place where everyone in town goes to see someone, I don't know, run over.
Shoot themselves in the heart with a rifle.
Whatever this stunt of the week is, right? Dan on YouTube says, Super Dave Osborne.
He was the greatest. You know, he is Al Brooks's, is it Al Brooks, the comedian? Al Brooks's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Fun fact.
Who was the greatest daredevil performer of all time? Was it Evel Knievel? Was he just the best of the best?
I think he just had the biggest name.
Yeah,
I think
like
he was not very good.
He walked so they could run.
People
thing.
Personally, people didn't like him. People thought that Evel Knievel was a really bad guy and like mean and angry and stuff. So they didn't like him on that level. But stunts wise, he did make a huge name for himself.
Yeah, definitely. There's no denying that.
Like he hurt himself real bad doing a lot of these stunts, and the whole country would be like, "Do you hear what Evel Knievel's going to do?" And I just don't feel like we have that as much. Maybe David Blaine might be on that list. And I'm sure somebody will say at some point in time, the Travis Pastrana guy, because he does some kind of stunts and stuff like that.
Nitro Circus?
Yeah. Or is it Nick Wallenda is the Skywalker guy who does the stunts? A different Skywalker. Those kind of people are kind of there, but there's nobody who's really like that person right now. And I miss that so much.
Yeah, me too. How do we get that back? Do we need corporate sponsors? What are we doing here?
Waivers.
I think people will still tune into it.
Yeah.
If you said, "My name is Fritz, and I'm going to be,
I'm going to eat this flesh-eating virus.
I'm going to. There's going to be a football field, and there's going to be 100 drones with steak knives on them." And I am going to run head on into the drones and battle these drones to try to get to the other end zone.
Yeah, and then I'm going to come out with a fully developed sandwich. I'm going to be making a sandwich while I do this.
I was already watching, man. Now I'm even further on board
and
here.
Everyone gets a bite.
everybody would tune in to watch the Sandwich Man beat the drones. I'm tuning in. I'm watching the Sandwich Man. I would be absolutely thrilled by that, but we just don't see this anymore. Bootsy says Red Bull does that kind of stuff.
They do.
They do some of that.
But not really a name.
Like the guy who jumped from space down into the ocean. Yes. Yeah, that's similar. That's very similar.
Oh, he was an Orlando guy. Kittinger, yep.
Yeah.
I think Kittinger helped on that. I don't know if he did it for Red Bull. I think he had already retired.
Yeah, that was like back in the 70s, I want to say, or 60s, 50s.
Recently passed away.
Joseph Kittinger.
Yep. That was a phenomenal stunt. I was blown away by it. But I like that when there's one personality who keeps kind of one-upping themselves. And what is he doing now? What's she doing now? I think that would be great. I think we need more of that. But the problem is the folks who are still trying it they're not doing great. There's a guy named Chachi Valencia, which is a fantastic name. And they call him Rocket Man Valencia. And Chachi
creative
was doing human cannonball acts. I don't know if they curse in this, but the video it starts with him just flying. It's just a human being flying, his Rocket Man, and then boom, he hits the net, but I can already tell that he has not hit that net correctly. He's
on the edge of the net.
Yeah, he's
and
barely
that pole
in there.
is not in the ground properly because it's falling.
No, it's a bit of a miss. And then on to the concrete. This stuntman was seriously injured at the Riverside County Fair.
Those people are not running to this guy fast enough.
No, they thought
they're
everything
strolling over to this man.
Easiest job of my life.
I get the feeling like Chachi is maybe an asshole too, because Sealane's right. He's flying through the air.
Not what Joni thought.
Look, this guy's flying through the air, and let's do a little bit of a count here. Shot out of the cannon, hits the net wrong.
Boing.
Boing, flies off the net, hits the ground.
That's about 3 flips.
And he bounced off the ground.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people in camera shot.
This person has their hands in their pockets.
Nobody's moving over to him fast enough. And then finally someone's like, hey, you all right, man? What's going on over there? This is how low the respect level is for daredevils. And that's why we don't get one right now.
Well, there's all of like 30 people there as well.
You should do it, Sabrina.
Hey, he can't help that, Sabrina. His promoter didn't give him enough backing.
Has there ever been a great stunt woman, like Daredevil type person?
Yes.
Who?
There have to have been. I feel like even in the Walenda family, there were women in it.
Like the female Evil Knievel.
I think I'm past my time for that. I mean,
why? You're still young. You're in your 30s.
I am, but I have back issues, and I'm swimming in medical debt right now. So
does Chachi, by the way.
Yeah.
It's only going to make things worse.
He has about 7 MRIs in his future, and probably some epidurals, maybe even like actual surgery. So I'm good, but I'm here to support anyone whose dream that is under the age of 25.
All right, Godspeed. Oh, somebody says Amelia Earhart. That's a classic one because she was kind of a stunt
greatest
woman.
stunt never came back.
She did not succeed, but she was, and I don't think this is...
Was she a daredevil, though, or just an aviatrix?
She was an aviation star, which people don't quite understand as much anymore, like Charles Lindbergh. And
aviatrix sounds like she's going to do something sexy up there.
Yeah.
Back then, these people were, when I say world famous, I mean they were world famous. The people who were flying further, going more... larger distances, going around the world in a plane. They were the stars of their day. But I feel like now maybe we've done all the things. And the only thing that we do, well, we had some L's, honestly. They tried to go down and look at the Titanic. What happened there? This thing folded in on itself, and those people are dead. That didn't work out necessarily. So we need some new daredevils.
Can't even say daredevil.
He gets choked up.
I got injured just trying to utter the word. That's no good. Quick break. When we return, we have jury duty on the way for you, believe it or not. And we'll see what's going on in courtrooms around the world. We'll also check in with your dispatches and get some more of your thoughts on the show here. So now's a perfect time to squeeze in with yours. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Shubla says Annie Oakley. It's another good one. Annie Oakley was big back in the day.
She was a Wild West sharpshooter, I believe.
Yep. When Buffalo Bill and all those people, when they were famous around the country, it was Buffalo Bill, right?
Yeah. Cody. His name was Cody something. Stenson something.
And then
Buffalo
Bill. But then the weirdo guy was also Buffalo Bill.
Oh, I would F me.
Yeah, that guy really ruined the Buffalo Bill name, if I'm honest with you.
You don't know what pain is.
Quick break. We're back in just a moment. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
The Magic hit the hardwood tonight. They'll host the Rockets. Orlando's won 3 of their last 5 after snapping a Cavaliers' 16-game win streak Sunday. Florida's gearing up for the start of their NCAA tourney run. Top-seeded Gators face 16-seed Norfolk State in the West region Friday. And Shohei Ohtani hit his first homer of the season. Roki Sasaki struck out 3 in his big league debut. Dodgers swept the Cubs in Tokyo. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide Free and Gentle provides an excellent Tide clean, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues like dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so we've got the new Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to go. And you can drive home your new Kia in 1 hour or less, like a new 2025 Kia K4. Lease for only $159 per month for 24 months with $35.95 due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
To everyone who loves the taste of tradition, come enjoy a classic Wisconsin fish fry at Culver's.
I'm Genesis from Culver's in Claremont, Florida. And here, family fish fry is a part of who we are. We've been serving up fish fry favorites for over 40 years, all thanks to the Culver family roots and Wisconsin supper clubs, the place where the fish fry was perfected If you're craving something crispy on the outside and flaky on the inside, you've got to try our hand-battered North Atlantic cod. It's perfectly seasoned and my personal favorite. Or, if you're in the mood for a little extra crunch, our lightly breaded butterfly jumbo shrimp hits the spot every time. Whatever you order, I promise it will be made with love by a team who cares, because we want every guest to feel like family. That's just how we do it in Wisconsin. Dive into delicious with all your fish fry favorites at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Get the meal deal you really want. Wawa's $5 Big Breakfast Deal gets you any sizzly breakfast sandwich, any size hot or iced coffee, and a hash brown for just $5. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station. Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
For hanging out with us, the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. And Fritz is with us today because it's Wednesday. We always get to have a little more fun with our friend Fritz on Wednesdays. We want to hear from you. You can join us on the show at any time by sending a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours now. More people going after Tesla. This is a Tesla dealership in Canada this time. And I think they're just doing the thing where they throw the paint all over it. Or they're not. They're not throwing the paint. How are they spraying it like that? They're spraying
it's one of those sticks.
The building with this paint, and they're spraying all over the Tesla facility, but it looks like it's a hose that you just let go of, and it just moves around and swings in the air.
It's like quick tagging, but they are not moving. They're totally okay with just being filmed as this all goes down.
No, there's two people. These are climate change people, so they're not even like the Tesla ragers. They're not even the folks who just are going nuts on the street and keying Teslas and stuff.
We're the last generations demanding that the Canadian government extort a committee to protect the Canadian population from the dangers of the climate crisis.
Man, we're getting Canadians riled up. This is not a good look.
Shouldn't climate people be pro-Tesla?
Man, it's like nothing makes sense anymore.
Everything up is down.
But you know what also helps the air is aerosol paint.
No, I think they fixed that a long time ago.
Tesla ragers are fired up by all sorts of things. But yeah, this does seem like a weird target if you're going to go after the climate people. Like, isn't there a Chevy dealership nearby? Or even they have
oil
electric
refinery.
cars. Yeah, like that one always works. The visual of like oil all over a duck or something seems to be successful. But there they go. The Tesla ragers continue on. Meanwhile, I do think it's an absolute truth that we're missing the big stories of our time. And I think the story of our time right now is AI. I think it's all of the AI breakthroughs. These things rock my world when I see them. And I think about the implications long term with all this artificial intelligence and the technology around it. It's awesome. I use it every day. I found various things that I think are going to change the world forever in the AI world. But don't sleep on the robots, because I have a theory that we're just one little robot breakthrough away from doing the same thing in the robot world. It's going to be a video where somebody walks into a room and somebody comes up to them and they have a conversation back and forth. And when that person leaves the room, they're informed that they just had a convo with a robot and they didn't know it. Like we're not crazy far away from that happening. And Boston Dynamics released another one of these videos where they're showing off their updated robot technology. I got to tell you, it started with like the dogs, and then they kind of ran stupid, if that makes sense. The robots like didn't look cool when they ran. They didn't look like humans.
Yeah.
Now the latest tech that they're unveiling here is pretty impressive. And It's walking much more like a human in some of the footage that they have. Very, very human-like. And then running, that's way more human-like.
That looks more athletic than half of the population.
That's pretty...
What move is this?
That looks like a baby.
Like crawling along. But the way it can move is much more human-like now.
You know what's crazy
falling? Whoa! It's flipping over. It's able to keep its balance, too, which is pretty impressive, and then even fall.
Oh, it's
We're
breakdancing.
so close.
Look at that.
Yeah, if they could do that on its head, I don't know if that's possible yet.
It's doing the, what's her name?
Is this a dance?
Shuffle.
No, who was the girl from the Olympics?
Oh,
Ray gun.
Ray gun.
Ray gun.
Oh, is it doing the ray gun routine?
No.
It just did the coffee grinder move.
It's doing all sorts of cartwheels. This thing is crazy, man.
Okay, now make me a sandwich.
We're not far away. You could. It could already make you a sandwich. You could. Have you seen? I've never encountered one of these just yet, but I've seen them in videos. If you go to some hotels now, they have these little machines, and you hit a button, and it just pops out pancakes on the other end. It serves you up some delicious, perfectly cooked pancakes on the other side. Little robot doing the flipping and stuff.
They also have a machine that you put a little pod in, and then all of a sudden it has hot coffee.
No.
Within moments.
Perfect coffee every time? I'm down.
No. But this thing, this Boston Dynamics thing could pick up that cup of coffee and bring it over to you and
then
say,
spill it over
hello.
my crotch, and I'll be a millionaire.
Do you think you could teach it choreo? Like, could you do an entire robot rocket kick line?
You could do bye, bye, bye.
Thriller.
I would assume so if it could do all this stuff that I'm seeing here. We're so close to so many of these massive breakthroughs that it's going to be frightening. Like, I could picture 20 years from now, there are robot automatons that are convincingly human. It's like you would look at it and you go into a room, and then guess what those things are going to do? They're going to take jobs that you didn't think robots could take. It'll be a receptionist at a place. You'll go in and you'll be like, hey, I'm here for my 3:30, and they'll be like, thank you for coming in. Robot conversation occurs.
I can see it now. They're going to have a robot politician who gets assassinated, right? And then they're going to reprogram that robot, give it a new head, whatever, and a memory of being shot, and then saying, I have seen the hatred in the hearts, and then that one is going to get assassinated. Then they're going to reprogram it. Okay, there's a lot of hatred, and then it's just going to keep going, and it's going to be a sitcom. It's going to run for 12 seasons.
We're a hop, skip, and a jump away from some real catastrophic things here. I think that this was all right there on the horizon, but that's pretty interesting. I'll put it up on See It Now. The new Boston Dynamics unveiling of their humanoid robots is quite a feat to see. Right now, here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty is brought to you by Mo DeWitt and the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. That's the website where you can get the help you need after an accident. When something happens to you, reach out to the guy that you hear on the show all the time, the guy that's going to fight for you, and it's the best crew of people you could ever ask for. So that's what I think you deserve. 800-JUST-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. All right, the Trump administration facing a little bit of resistance from some of these judges. How about this for a 1, 2, 3? A federal judge on Tuesday blocked the Trump administration from terminating $14 billion in grants awarded to 3 climate groups by the Biden administration. And this was one of the curtailings that has happened for like the dismantling of the EPA, which I figured was going to happen. And I think, like, honestly, if we owed people stuff, like if the U.S. government already owed somebody and they were supposed to pay somebody something, those payments, in my opinion, should not get cut off, because you can't just come in and say, well, you've done stuff, but whatever, you don't get paid anymore. I don't like that.
That's what I think happened with USAID. We have contracts with those organizations, so we canceled it from our end.
Well, USAID is in this as well.
Yeah.
A federal judge yesterday also said Elon Musk and Doge likely violated the U.S. Constitution with their accelerated shutdown of USAID. Now, I read the release from the judge. It was very short, and it didn't really say how they thought any of this violated the U.S. Constitution. They just said it needs to stop now. The U.S. District Judge...
You've been charged with likely violating the Constitution.
Yeah, that's what they said, likely violated the Constitution. The judge, Theodore Chuang, ordered DOJ to restore USAID emails, payments, security notifications, electronic systems, and more within 7 days. They also barred the federal government from terminating employees or placing them on leave. And that was one of the losses in court so far. This will all go up to wherever it needs to, Supreme Court if it has to. And then a third one, a federal judge blocked enforcement of President Donald Trump's executive order banning transgender people from military service. That's the latest in a string of legal setbacks. So it's sort of like a battle against the judges that is playing out in the country now. We'll see where all those cases go. All right, I want to play this town hall audio because those are kind of electric these days. And we'll see how this went. We'll play that when we come back, and we'll hear from you, your dispatches. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1 your number one preset for a chance to win cool stuff at Real Radio events.
Keep an eye out for an accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and Darrell Carter Parkway. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident affecting multiple lanes on I-4 westbound before State Road 434. There's a crash on Colonial Drive westbound at John Young Parkway. An accident off to the shoulder on the Turnpike northbound before Osceola Parkway, slowing down traffic as well. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got a clogged drain.
A clogged brain? I have that sometimes.
No, a clogged drain.
Try yoga or drinking tea. Earl Grey is the best.
Earl Grey? No, I'm calling Frank A.
What do they know about tea?
When it comes to clogged drains and plumbing issues, you want a trustworthy, courteous technician that's dedicated to customer satisfaction. FrankGayServices.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The math ain't mathin'. RC Hill here. It's tax season and I'm freaking out. My accountant says I have too many 2024s and they must go. So right now, you could drive for just $10 down. So save your refund, because I'm paying way over appraised value for your trade regardless of miles or condition. And I'll even help you save up to $10,000 on a new Mitsubishi with a lifetime warranty. Plus at RC Hill Mitsubishi, we're all about affordability. So visit me to drive for just $10 down and save up to $10,000 on the award-winning 2024 Outlander Top Safety Pick 7-passenger SUV, or the Mirage voted best priced new car in America starting at only $15,900 with rates as low as 0%. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars to choose from. But hurry, this deal's done once my accountant says I'm in the clear. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit and $10 down, require bank approval. Example, 2.9 APR for 60 months. $20 per month for $1,000 finance. Offer ends March 31st.
Total Wireless is made to totally keep up with you. We have unlimited data that never slows you down, covered by the Verizon 5G network, and all for less than $30 a month when you get 4 lines. And the best part, we give you a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G when you switch to the 5G Unlimited or 5G Plus Unlimited plan. Visit your local Total Wireless store today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese. Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the new.
If you're on iHeartRadio, it only takes a second. And it does help us out. Just take the station you're already listening to, make it a preset. Make the podcast, the News Junkie podcast, a preset as well. And that'll be greatly appreciated. A lot of people raging about Elon and Tesla's. Not really at SpaceX, though, now that I think about it. Like, I don't see anybody like, yeah, SpaceX. I see most anger being directed towards Tesla.
No, I did, though, on the opposite side of things, see a lot of, like, Trump and Elon rescued the astronauts. They saved the astronauts.
And Remember, Biden said no.
Yeah, Biden turned him down and left him in space for 9 months.
Exactly, yeah.
And then now here we go. And I saw this. This is too far.
Is Boeing just like, hey, we're not going to say anything?
Don't talk about our massive failure, but this is just too far. This is a guy in, I believe, Tampa, St. Pete, Florida. He's walking down the sidewalk, and he doesn't choose the key. He's cruising down the sidewalk.
My six foe?
And he throws dog poop from his dog on the Tesla right as he walks by.
Well, it depends on what kind of poop.
Sir. And someone's got a point about these Tesla cameras. They're supposed to be fantastic, but it's kind of hard to pick up this guy's face. I don't know if they're going to be able to ID him from that. That's gross, man. Don't be doing that. Again, you don't know who this person is.
Bounced right off.
I don't want to throw
diarrhea.
I don't want to throw it in my car at all. That's gross. Ew.
Oh,
and
then
pick it
don't
up.
Go out to your car right now.
Oh, if you did that, I'll be very angry.
Carl's
I will
poops
not be
are like
happy.
a pebble size. Come on.
That's his would be the least offensive.
Yeah, it's still poop.
You know what's offensive is when I have to stand outside of my neighbor's house for 5 minutes because Carl's poop has blended in with all the leaves. And I'm like, I'm sorry, at this point it's getting too weird. So I'm going to have to let nature do its nature thing and walk away.
We'll do that every once in a while where if I'm getting done work late, got like everything's finally wrapped for the day, and we'll take Lady when it's a little cooler, maybe it's like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and we put a light on her so she's visible in the dark. And when we walk around the neighborhood, sometimes she goes to the bathroom and it's like pitch black outside. Yeah. You can't see anything. So now you've got your phone out with a flashlight.
That's when you leave it.
It's like I can't bring myself to do that.
Never mind. I'm going to put it on the birthday list for Sean.
What?
It's getting very hard to shop for you.
What is it?
But I got me a poop bag carrier with a flashlight on it.
We had one of those. And it just became another thing that we had to carry along with in charge.
Oh, no. I look like a school janitor now with Carl's leash. There's a little clip to put the poop bag, then the flashlight, extra bags, probably some sort of Bluetooth speaker at some point. And still, he pees inside.
And there every once in a while is a little panic on these walks because Lady will go more than one time sometimes. She's gone 3 times before on a walk.
Oh, so many cookies.
sometimes you don't have a whole bunch of bags with you, and you're like, oh, please don't go again. We've got a problem brewing here if you go one more
You
time.
have a roll of bags?
We
You just
do.
pre-bag?
But
Oh.
if we're down to the end, you see 3 left, and you go, wow, with no chance we're going to have to use 3 of these.
The
on one walk.
amount of times that I roll the dice and walk into Publix without a diaper bag.
You're a wild man.
Yeah, baby.
So what,
I
you just
don't
grab
know.
paper towels?
No,
No,
I don't.
Jackson's just going to have to hang out if that takes place.
Nah, I can't do that.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
Well, then
All right,
what's the solution?
We're not parents.
He's praying. That's what the solution is. He's just praying. Nothing happens.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go to this town hall.
No.
All right, town hall time. And Mike Flood is the person who was at this event. And I guess he said that he supports Elon Musk and Doge. And they're loading these
What does
events
he
up
drive, man?
with a bunch of liberals, or not even liberals. They barely exist anymore. But they're
Libtards.
loading these up with like a bunch of MoveOn.org people. And so they're just getting relentlessly booed at these events. And I think that's what happened to this Mike Flood guy. But here he is.
I support Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency.
I mean, at this point, what do you expect, man?
Well, it's not his constituents.
That's your opening line?
Really? Well, it could be his. I shouldn't say that. It could be his constituents. But this is like a political move. But why even do the town halls if that's going to be the case? Like, is there anything that's going to happen
Have
productive
a
at
town
this?
hall and just play the video. Because no one can hear you after that first line.
I mean, really, my end of the day take on something like this is suck it up. You're a politician. Like you are elected by the people, even the libtards amongst your voters. Deal with it. If somebody wants to yell at you, they get to yell at you. You get a lot of good things and a lot of power out of being a politician. Sometimes you get booed, like Mike Flood.
I support Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency.
Does he even keep going?
I can't hear him.
It's just a whole lot of robble there after he makes this announcement at his town hall. Things are going well. All right, we're going to hear from you. Let's work in some of your dispatches. Oh, quick update. And this is just really big illuminating information that's coming in right now.
Okay.
We talked about how there was some sort of incident at the CIA headquarters after the JFK document drop. And the news that was covering it said that there's something happening, some sort of person doing something. And now a CIA spokesperson has confirmed, quote, there is an ongoing incident that law enforcement is currently responding to outside CIA headquarters.
That clears some things up.
Additional details will be made available as appropriate. So now we know it's a thing. It's an ongoing incident.
All right.
And something is happening. That's all we got.
All the information.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a thing.
A thing. A thing is indeed occurring right now. And that's what the thing is. We'll have to find out. Here we go. Let's get to a couple of dispatches. Oh, we got a question coming in for Fritz. Ooh. Here's Guitar Slinger with a question for you, Fritz.
What up, dog?
Hey, I got a question for you, Fritz. You built a guitar a ways back.
Blue Steel?
And I think it was a kit guitar. I wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about doing a kit guitar. I was wondering which one you used and did you like it?
Well, that's an excellent question. It was a Christmas gift. My mom got
Santa,
it from Santa. It was a Chinese company. It was like $150, and it was a Fender Jaguar.
Wish.
And then we customized it by putting in different pickups and things like that. So we only really used the body of it, and then we sanded it down and painted it and really did our own thing to it.
That's a fun project.
It's great, and it sounds good. I got it intonated and all set up.
Is that the one that you have the arcade button kill switch inside?
Yep. Yeah. That's the very one. Yeah. There's a big pink arcade button kill switch. And every time someone who picks it up who doesn't know how to play guitar, they immediately just start hitting the button. And that's exactly what I wanted them to do. I wanted it to be inviting to them. But yeah, definitely recommend it. It's a great community involvement too, because people can come over, help you sand, help you paint, help you solder, which is,
I just waited till it was done.
Yeah, and then you shredded on it.
What a cool project. I like stuff like that. I think that's fun. And like sometimes adults don't think that they can pick up new hobbies or projects and things like that. and learn along the way, especially with YouTube. You can absolutely do that.
Love watching people on YouTube do stuff that I don't think I'll ever do, but it's just fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And I can go down quite the rabbit hole, Fritz, of people building guitars out of fill in the blank.
Yeah,
They're like, we got
palette.
700 colored pencils, and we glued them all together with epoxy, and then we just cut a sliver out of them and polish them until it's a guitar.
And it's amazing. Yeah, there's a guy who is playing a palette, like a forklift palette. It's got this guitar neck, and it looks like very cumbersome, but he's playing a palette.
I have a garage full of just the beginning of many projects just like that I'll get to eventually.
You got to tackle that. Yeah, you got to tackle that
I
at
don't
some
have
point.
time.
All right, we'll get back to these dispatches in a second, but I want to throw out a question for my construction friends out there.
Yeah, what up?
I know we're close construction people, and I don't go to you a lot for your information, but I've made mention before on the show that there's been a bunch of houses being built across the street. They're almost done. They're finalizing the final 2 houses. Yesterday, I walk by these houses as they're finishing everything up, and there's a like a front end loader kind of thing, you know, like the vehicle, like the scoop on the front of it and stuff that you use for a construction site. But it looked like a Power Wheels version or something. The thing was about 3 feet tall, maybe, and had a small little crane on top of it. But they were using it like it was serious. They were actually using this to do construction on this construction site, but it looked like it was for ants or something. They had zapped this thing down to this little teeny tiny front end loader. What is that for? What is that for, and why did they have this thing? It's just a question for me to construction people. Hit me back with the dispatch explaining that.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, construction person.
Hey,
What's your name?
well, it's not Bob, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so
We already have a
AKA,
builder along those lines.
not Builder Bob, but Builder
I'm
somebody.
Construction Cam.
What are those little things?
Well,
What are
that's
they?
made by a great company called Tonka.
No,
they've been around for years.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, essentially. Do you want me to answer the question or not, dude? I've been doing this for decades.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, so you find yourself with layers of dirt when it comes to building houses, especially when a project lasts more than 2 years. We could have finished it in 3 months, but obviously time card. So we grabbed the little tiny trucks, and that allows us to stretch out that project.
Yeah.
By just grabbing a little bit of dirt at the same time and just putting it in a pile somewhere else.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mr. Construction
I have
Worker
about
Guy.
4 of those in my garage.
It looks like a toy. It's like the
But it's
littlest.
not a toy, man. I just want to be very clear.
It's like the tiniest little front end loader, but it seems like, oh, this is adorable. Look at this piece of machinery you have.
Yeah, it's for practice, and it's for just very tiny holes, small piles of dirt that expand throughout the course of a
That's what it
3.5
looks
year
like.
project.
It looks like the project would be you're putting in a new mailbox, and then you take out your little
Or if
equipment.
you're burying a dead pet or
That's
a
like
treasure of
that's
some
for
sort.
digging ditches, I think.
Is it? It's a mini excavator, is what it's called. A construction person.
Any other questions for Cam, the construction man?
When are you going to be done with the work on these roads around here?
What's the date?
The
That's
date?
not a
You don't know the
construction
date?
zone. What
March
is the date?
19th.
March 19th. All right. By the looks of it, 2028?
2028. That's what I figured. Yeah, that's
But
what
your
I
house is
imagined.
on the list. I'm looking forward to demolishing that bad boy.
No, please don't do
Yeah,
that.
we're going
please.
to take those little scoops of dirt and put it right in your pool.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah,
Quick
also
break.
I've noticed you left your dog's poop everywhere. So.
I did not do that.
All right, off to construction. Bye.
See ya.
See you later. Yeah.
Cam,
What?
construction man. Cam, the construction man.
What construction person doesn't go off the construction
And then sing their own name.
Cam, the construction man. Is that what his name was?
What?
It's
Oh, he
just a
blacked
guy.
out there. Yeah, a dude came in. He smelled of marijuana. It was great.
And sweat.
He knew what he was doing. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get to you and
You
your
think that character's
dispatches.
going to come back?
I don't know. What was the name again? Dan the construction man? Or
Cam.
Cam.
Cam,
Whoa.
the construction man.
I'm sorry. All right.
God.
I'm sorry. Quick break. We're back with
the
Cam the construction man.
Hey, what's up? Yeah.
You can do the whole next segment if you want, Cam. Yeah.
A lot lined up.
All right.
But in the meantime, send your dispatches any construction questions, and we'll be back after a boot, scoot, and a toot.
Really, if you have any questions for Cam the construction worker, send those dispatches in right now at thenewsjunkie.com. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on the roadways here on I-4 westbound before State Road 434, off to the shoulder on the Turnpike northbound before Osceola Parkway. That's off to the shoulder as well. There's a crash where Colonial Drive meets John Young Parkway, an accident on Semorin Boulevard before I-4. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stuff.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
Do you already have a mortgage quote, and are you wondering if it's any good? Stop wondering and find out with the help of that mortgage guy, Don. A study has shown that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. So don't be a slacker. Get peace of mind by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com. It is so easy to compare your quote. You go to the website, you hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, and that mortgage guy, Don, will tell you if it's any good. And if it's not, he's going to help you find the best deal. So work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Start the process by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Awards celebrated the music and artists you've loved listening to all year on iHeartRadio. Brought to you by Jeep.
It's now streaming on Hulu for a limited time.
Bad Bunny,
Billie Eilish,
Glorilla,
Kenny Chesney,
Money Long,
Nelly,
your host, LL Cool J,
plus Lady Gaga,
Mariah Carey,
Gracie Abrams,
and iHeartRadio's Tour of the Century Award, honoring Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Streaming now on Hulu.
Get ready for excitement at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Kart Club. The all-new $2,500 monthly tournament leaderboard is here. Win $1,000 and a $300 entry into the Tournament of Champions in 2026. Plus $1,500 for 2nd through 5th place each month. And mark your calendars for Saturday, March 22nd, where you can win $1,000 every 20 minutes from 11 a.m. to midnight. Be there for all the action.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes, learn more about your favorite teams, and earn more, like unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and grocery stores. So enjoy the game, the meal, the show, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a fairer fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Outstanding product when you want pain to swiftly decrease. I've been using various products from Blue Emu for years. Blue Emu's Maximum Arthritis Pain Relief Topical Cream is one that I really like because of how convenient it is to apply. A small amount goes a long way.
You've heard me talk about the wonderful windows and doors at Renewal by Andersen and what a difference they can make for your home. But why just take my word for it when you can hear from Chelsea from Renewal by Andersen herself?
Thanks, Deborah. Renewal by Andersen's custom-built, energy-efficient Acclaim Impact windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. Plus, these windows and doors are made to reduce outside noise, creating more peaceful living environment.
So make sure you take advantage of Renewal by Andersen's 31-day spring sale. Chelsea, what are you offering for the month of March?
We're excited to offer buy one, get one 40% off windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0% payments and 0 interest for 12 months.
Bonus, first 50 callers save an additional $25 per window.
Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation today. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613. Restrictions apply.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Oh no. Stop.
90 seconds, folks. 90 seconds. 9-0. Frankie McDonald, 90 seconds.
Pain or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Scott's just made daylight saving time an extra big deal. It's called Day Lawn Saving Time with huge in-store savings. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 6th through 19th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact details.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
We know you're loving the new preset feature on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorite new thing.
But did you know that you can make almost anything a preset? Your favorite local station, sure. But your favorite podcast, that amazing playlist you made for free, even iHeart stations you can't get on the radio, like Deep Cuts, The Vinyl Experience, and 70s and 80s Rock Ride.
That's a game changer.
Whatever you choose, it's as easy as a tap to make a preset. Find out what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Sabrina, Sealand, and Fritz are all with me here today, and we're going through viral stuff. That's just what happens around here. It gets pretty viral. You can learn more about the show by going to thenewsjunkie.com. Why is everything closing? That is my question for you.
Closing.
First, they came for Forever 21, and nobody complained because people stopped shopping at Forever 21.
Mind you, this is their second time filing for bankruptcy.
Forever 21 did it twice?
Yeah.
Get it together.
Because I was shooketh when you mentioned it earlier this week, and then when I looked it up, they did it once before years ago, and seemed to be just fine in between.
And now, more than
bankruptcy too, Electric Brokaloo.
more than 150 Denny's locations are
Denny's.
shutting down. Not Denny's is right, Fritz. Denny's was like the tried and true. You would go there anytime you wanted to, all hours of the night.
I thought you hated Denny's.
Denny's would be there for you. The International House of Pancakes is superior to Denny's. I hate to tell people that's my thoughts on the matter. But Denny's is still an institution. Americans love diners. They love these kind of diner type places.
Yeah, we need more. We need to bring back Angels. Remember Angels?
Oh,
No.
yeah. Every table had a tiny jukebox that was like networked somehow to the big jukebox.
How do you say that word?
Jukebox.
Jukebox.
That sounded like you said jukebox.
No, jukebox.
Juke with a K, right? Okay,
Yeah.
jukebox at the table. I've seen that in another diner.
Johnny
in
Rockets.
New Jersey somewhere. I think that would qualify as a diner. Those places are great, but
For sure.
Americans don't like these ones. 150 Denny's are closing. And that comes on the heels that we learned that all of the damn Joann fabric stores are closing. Every single one of them is closing from coast to coast.
You know what it is, Sean? People here in America want more money, and they realize they can just, send work to the Philippines and
True.
get
yeah.
rid of it.
For now, we could do that.
They're taking our quilting job.
Yeah.
Did Hobby Lobby smash Joann Fabrics? Because when I was little, Joann Fabrics was the place that had all that crap.
That would be a hot movie, though. Am I right?
Hobby Lobby has the protection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
It's true. And clearly Joann Fabrics does not.
She's a
Does
lesbian.
not have that. Joann Fabrics, the popular fabrics and craft store that's closing all of its location, had to issue a warning this week about potential online shopping scams during its liquidation process, encouraging customers to only shop in person as going out of business sales continue. Due to the demand, we're not accepting orders online, they said, but there was fake websites and stuff that were popping up pretending to be the going out of business sales for Joann.
That's very common for these going out of business sales because what was the music store that just closed downtown, Fritz?
Downtown? I don't know, but Sam Ash closed.
Yeah, it was on 50, right? Sam Ash was there. Yeah. There was a lot of fake closing sale ads from Sam Ash going on Instagram and like paid ads.
Convincing?
I mean, that you wanted them to be real because the savings were stupid good.
Yeah, it was like 75% off.
Really, really high-end guitar for $100.
And then
That's what
people would click it and just get
Try to order it online.
online. Okay.
Yeah, they'd rip them off. So this says, in the comments section, some customers complained about their orders being canceled. Others said they were scammed by a fraudulent website. Fake Joann Fabric websites that look exactly like the original. Prices are too good to be true. It looks exact and even sends an order confirmation email. I ordered something from it and my bank contacted me right away and canceled my credit card.
Good on the bank.
So do be careful out there. That kind of stuff does seem to be happening. We got a big weekend for movies. We got Snow White is in the theaters this weekend.
Let's see how that one plays out.
It's not supposed to go very well for Snow White. I think the latest numbers I saw said it costs like $250 million to make.
Yeah.
It's quite costly.
It also doesn't help when your star says that she doesn't like the Snow White movie.
Well, you got that
That's a
going
weird
on.
promo tactic.
And how about this? One of the most divisive things right now is, well, it's always one of the most divisive things, Israel-Palestine, right?
Yeah.
And they have one of their leads in Rachel Zegler, who has spoken out in favor of the Palestinian cause, and one of their stars, Gal Gadot, who has spoken out in favor of the Israeli side.
She served in the Israeli military, as you have to do, basically.
I thought the director also was on one of those sides. Like it was like director versus star as well.
And like Disney's just going, please stop saying this stuff. We're in trouble here.
Yeah, Gal Gadot was getting her Hollywood star.
Yeah,
and
the Walk of Fame.
They had protesters, and I don't know if she said it on the microphone or afterwards, but it was like, I'm at peace with how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take my star and leave. Thank you.
Yeah.
Then there was a whole controversy over the dwarves and what's his name?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage is exactly right. Yeah, Peter Dinklage said, no, we can't do this. This is wrong. And this was a couple of years ago, so it got some traction. And allegedly that led to them changing things up. And I've heard that the dwarves are much more frightening now. And that didn't really come off that great, perhaps. But it somehow became like a culture war thing, which is not what you want to do if you're Disney. And now they're worried if this movie is going to make up any money coming back. Now, I'll tell you this. If you see Snow White opening weekend domestic, and that number is in the 30s, this is a catastrophe, okay? If you see 30 million to 40 million, that's a catastrophe.
Yeah,
if you see 40 to 50 million for Snow White, that's about what they're expecting with their tamped down expectations. It's not going to make its money back, If you see above 60, then they pulled the nose up and the movie did better than people had anticipated. And maybe it ends up trudging along. Because sometimes these movies come out and people go, oh, nobody wanted to see this. This is not going to do well. One example that I'll give you is Mufasa. When that movie came out, people said, nobody was asking for this. Nobody wanted to see Mufasa. It opened and it didn't do like extraordinarily well, but it just kept churning away. And I'll be damned, that movie made a bunch of money.
You know why? Because parents start talking to parents, kids talking to kids.
Yeah.
There's, the biggest bank guarantee is if you have screaming children who want to see the same movie for the third time.
Sure. And then how many are you selling? If it's a whole family going, you're selling a whole bunch of tickets at once, you would imagine.
Unless you're at Sean's house and gets it illegally.
Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then they had one that people are saying is going to be a flop too, which should have been the biggest slam dunk in the world. They're doing a Minecraft movie, and it's got, who's Aquaman? What's his name?
Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Spank bang.
It's got Jack Black in it. And
opposite.
Minecraft. Minecraft's like,
you want to come in here?
For young people, Minecraft is like the thing. It's still this massive, massive thing.
That and what's the other one? The other one that has terrible graphics.
Roblox?
Roblox and Minecraft. Yeah. Both huge. Like your kids are probably into these dumb things. And that movie's looking a little shaky,
But then
a
my
Minecraft movie.
Millennial ass is like, you mean the game with the squares that we played on Windows? And
I remember that, Minecraft.
Is that the same Minecraft?
No.
What was that called?
That was our version of it.
That's Minesweeper. You're thinking of Minesweeper.
Do they do a Minesweeper movie?
Oh, there should be a Minesweeper movie.
That
could be
would
something.
sell.
At least tens of tickets.
It just gets bigger and bigger.
Let's go to you and see what's going on with your dispatches. Again, it's how you can join the show. I was talking before about how there was this mystery machine on my street, and it was like an excavator, but it was the smallest excavator I've ever seen. It stood only
cute. Was Scooby-Doo in it?
It looked like it was for some sort of little character, like a little creature. And it was like maybe 3 feet high off the ground. It looked like a Power Wheels version of an excavator. So I said, what the hell is this? And the construction dudes have arrived. And let's see what we have. Here is John talking about this. Hello.
What up, News Junkie?
Hey.
So, Sean, that Power Wheels looking front loader is designed to fit through a door in a fence.
Oh.
So let's say you need work done in your backyard.
There's no fence
but
there,
it's
though.
fenced in. That thing is built such so it'll fit through the average door.
Oh.
All right, guys. Peace.
It's funny. Our local construction guy who is on the show didn't say anything about it.
Man, I absolutely said that. Hey, I'm Cam the Construction Man. I told you that these were perfect for doors and fences.
Cam, you know how I knew you were here?
Yeah, what up?
He's the only person that sings himself into the show.
Cam, the Construction Man.
This is not what you said. You didn't say anything about that being because it could fit in somebody's backyard with a fence.
I 1000% said it, so go back to the tape. And I told you that you could also put it in the back of a truck, and you could also bring it to some theme parks.
Some theme parks? No
like
way.
Like a Legoland or something.
No, that would
you could
destroy
lift kids.
things.
No, you lift a child onto the rides with the
How
triangle.
about this, Cam the Construction Man?
Cam the Construction Man.
What are your what's your resume look like? What's your background? in
Page
this?
1, construction. Page 2, construction. Page 3, construction.
Quite vague. All right. Okay. I got another one here. Here's
Cam's a
Danger.
one-trick pony.
That's all they do.
But that's a mean pony.
Yo, junkies. Hey, I'm a heavy equipment operator, and what you're describing is probably what's called a skid steer,
That's what I
or
said.
a lot of people call it a bobcat. It's just a little guy, and if you're talking about it's on a house lot, that's what they use because it's all small. It can get in between houses and
fences.
It actually it's a pretty valuable little tool. But a full size loader is way too big to be on the site. That
All right.
small.
Cam the Construction Man doesn't like
Cam
you.
the Construction Man.
Cam hates you and wants you to get out of here. We've learned enough about the excavator. And
So,
honestly,
I'm out.
we've learned enough about you, Cam the Construction Man. I'm sorry.
Cam the Construction.
See you, buddy.
See you later. There we go. If you have any more questions for Cam the Construction Man, just fire them off.
He
Fire 'em
smells
off.
like an open beer can.
Really? I could hear that a little bit.
Sex.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to hear from you now. So whatever you have on your mind is to be fired off at us. Maybe you're pissed about Denny's closing. Maybe you're a big Joanne Fabrics fan. Who knows?
Who isn't?
Go for it.
Joanne, carpet girl, and crafts.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with all that and more. Wait, you're going to kill Cam or this carpet girl and crafts person?
Yeah, Joanne's not going to work.
All right. We'll be back in a moment. So coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Today will top out at 84 degrees with bright sunshine and low humidity, just a gentle breeze. Perfect weather for spring breakers. Tonight cooling down into the 50s. For tomorrow, highs in the low 80s, but there could be a couple of sprinkles or light showers during the afternoon. And on Friday, we're only going to top out in the low 70s. We're going to bounce back to the warmer weather, though, for this weekend. If you're going to the beaches, watch out for the high risk for rip currents. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by 7-Eleven. Spontaneous pizza cravings can happen at any moment, so they've got you covered. Get 2 bigger slices of hot, delicious pizza, plus a Pepsi 20-ounce for just $5 with 7 rewards. Cravings satisfied. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for details.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1. Win your share of $250K or more today. Prize pool to be paid out in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise. Pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. You know we've got 3 area locations, so no matter where you live, we're just a short drive away. And 3 locations means 3 times the cars. We've got the exact Kia you're looking for in stock and ready to roll. And you can drive home your new Kia today with interest rates as low as 0% for 72 months. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA. 0 down, $1,388 per 1,000 borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR financing. Plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 4/5/25.
This is Noel from Stuff They Don't Want You to Know. If you could lose 10.4 pounds in a single month, would you try? Well, with Future Health, you can.
That's right. Future Health gives millions access to affordable meds like Ozempic and semaglutide for less than $3 a day.
You just take a quick 3-minute survey, and if approved, boom, your meds are delivered right to your door within 24 hours for free.
I've personally used these medications and found that it really helped me get an edge on appetite suppression when paired with diet and exercise, something that I always struggled with.
Get this, there's also no insurance needed, so no insurance headaches, and everything is online, which means no doctor visits.
Find out if these medications are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Results vary based on start weight and adherence to diet, exercise, and program goals.
Data based on independent studies sponsored by Future Health.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes them different. Their vans are fully stocked, so when you call, their fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, they have you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit them online at PrecisionGarageDoor.com. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
When it comes to deciding what you ride, nobody's going to convince you that there's anything better than a Harley. Case closed. The judge and jury event is in session at Space Coast Harley-Davidson. So make your ruling and trade in and trade up to a new Harley. Right now, buy a new Harley and get NADA retail for your trade. Shop anytime at SpaceCoastHarley.com. Here come the judge. Make your decision at Space Coast Harley-Davidson.
It's tax season. By now, we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number, $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed. Save up to 40% in your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. That's LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Listen to the In Touch Radio Network on iHeartRadio, featuring the biblically based teachings of Dr. Charles Stanley. Just search for the In Touch Ministries channel on the iHeartRadio app or visit intouch.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the...
And today I want to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thank you for being with us. And if you missed any of the show, you can always get the podcast. It's ready for you always at thenewsjunkie.com. Fritz, thank you for spending time with us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Nice guy.
You're the best of the best. We love you. If you want to follow Fritz, and I would encourage you to do so, you can even see that project guitar that he worked on if you scroll back a bit.
Yeah.
Go follow Fritz on social media. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com/share, thenewsjunkie.com/share. Or you can go on Instagram, no_regrets_coyote, and give the man a follow. All right, let's see what we have here on the way out. Let's just do our final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Who knows what's going to happen? We never do know. We'll get to these here, and you could send yours in last minute over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see what we got. So we've got, please no more stuff on the excavators. There's so many construction people that are dispatching in and going, here's what it's called, here's what it is. This one is a funny name, says stunts are dead. We were talking about Stuntman earlier.
Hey guys, happy day. Sean, thanks for the win on Fritz on the Street. That was a great performance. With the Stuntman, Evel Knievel wasn't a great stuntman. He just had a good gimmick and was a good showman. Travis Pastrana, I think, is the last great stuntman. And the reason why you don't see stunt shows or specials on TV is because of TikTok and Instagram. You've got the Red Bull team doing things 10 times more amazing and extravagant than Evel Knievel could have ever done.
True.
And you can see him every day, 5 times a day. That's why you don't see the stunt shows, Stunt Spectacular anymore.
Thank you, funny name. I know I have seen the video, and I'm sure most people have, of Travis Pastrana in the airplane.
Oh,
where
absolutely.
He drinks the Red Bull, and then he jumps out without a parachute.
That was one. And then there was one late last year featuring a friend of mine, Parks, who loves the show. And he, from a helicopter, got into, it was on a wakeboard, or he was doing the, what's it called when it's just your feetsies?
Oh, I don't know.
Barefoot
boarding.
Barefoot
chugging
skiing?
a Red Bull in a lake that's nearby from our home base over here. And then, you realize that you have that right there in your backyard. No need for all the network parties.
It sounds like such a dangerous, dumb idea, all of these things. But it's fun to watch people do dangerous, dumb things.
And also, we had arrows launched at our face in your private area. That was a stunt, was it not?
And I would not do that again.
But there was a small window in which we were stunt people.
We were. We absolutely were for a very limited amount of time before one of our shows. Here's Bart versus Bill Gates with a dispatch for us.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
Just wanted to
maybe give some context to what that guy was thinking when he said that he thought you were drunk?
Oh, this was somebody in the chat earlier that was like, do you know this is being broadcast? It's so obvious. You're really drunk right now. And I'm like, what is this guy talking about?
Earlier when you dumped something, I forgot what you guys were playing, but you had to dump it and you lost your delay. I mean, I know when I hear it that it's the delay trying to catch back up or whatever it is for you guys.
It was a while after that, though.
Sometimes it slows down your voice a little bit and it makes you sound a little
that
drunk.
makes total
That might
sense
be what
now.
he's talking about.
That could be it. We're like, hello, everybody.
That makes total sense. And we do sound weird when that happens.
If that's the case, sir, now I know. Now I know where you're coming from.
I was thinking maybe they were like a couple days behind and listening to the St. Patty's Day podcast.
All right, here's Jesse with the dispatch.
The Queen's Tour. Who is Stephanie Mills? You're right. You got Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, and Stephanie Mills. That's like saying the King's Tour with Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin, Mark Anthony, and the guy that does Rico Suave.
Oh, I remember
Gerardo, whatever his name was. Three of these things are doing the same thing. One of these things is doing their own.
I'm sure she's great.
Give her a chance.
Her song is a hit.
I'm sure she's great. I just don't know. When I hear the four queens and I hear all these big giant names, Chaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, I'm like, whoa, those are impressive.
Listen,
and then they go,
I'm sure
Stephanie Mills.
Sure, Stephanie Mills knows where she is on this list. You know,
she must. There's got to be an opener. She's probably the opener, would be my guess.
And I bet at the end they're all four going to sing something. That'll
Maybe,
be so
yeah.
awesome.
Like a big mashup. That would be cool. Here's Lisa G.
News Junkie, Sean, Sabrina, C-Lane, and Fritzy. Happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hope y'all are doing well. C-Lane, I know that you're heading to Costa Rica sometime soon. Just wanted to say enjoy, have fun. I haven't been there. However, I know several people who have and have really enjoyed it. The one thing I will say is watch out for the snakes, my dude.
Oh, great.
I've actually known somebody who got bit by one of the snakes, and it was a venomous snake. So just be on the lookout. Nice to look at, not nice to interact with. But be safe, enjoy your time, and wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
There you go.
Sound advice.
Sounds dangerous, honestly. Celine, you should stay away from the snakes. I don't know what else you're
But
doing.
Celine loves to see snakes in different places.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him what to do. I don't want to be a killjoy. You know what I mean?
Look at you, kidding me? You think Celine could wrangle a snake?
Absolutely. He has a snake in his pocket right now.
Celine in a room with a snake. I don't think if you gave him an hour, he would come out with that
I have probably wrangled a snake more recently than you have.
Ooh,
when did you wrangle the snake? I mean, we could do a snake wrangler showdown if you want to here at the end of the show.
Are we talking masturbation there?
Fritz is
I've probably done that more recently than Sean, too.
Construction man, Cam. Someone did snake wrangling?
Cam, you're not involved in the world of snakes.
All
This is
right.
not.
I'll head out now.
There you go.
See you
All
later.
right. When was this snake wrangle?
Mine?
Yeah. Who else?
When I had one in my backyard that Lexi was trying to paw at, and I was like, no, we need to get rid of this thing.
What'd you do?
Wrangled it.
I picked
obviously.
it up.
You picked it up?
I, with a tool.
What kind of tool?
A snake picker-upper.
This sounds like the fakest story I have ever heard in my life.
So you're telling me as a homeowner you don't have a snake picker-upper?
You're in the backyard. You have a snake picker-upper.
I used to have a dedicated snake stick. But now my dad ended up with it, and he uses it to pull stuff out of his the bed of his truck.
That's a little bit about the Lane family.
What'd you do with this snake?
I picked it up and I
ate it.
took it to the lake.
All right.
Snakes can't swim, so that sucks.
It's dead. R.I.P. We've done all of the dispatches I think we need to do, so we'll just shut it down right there. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Let's see what's happening here on the way out today. Courtney just sent me a picture of a raccoon in broad daylight in the backyard. That sounds like it's not supposed to happen. It seems like a bad
In
thing.
our neighborhood, they're just like the peacocks.
They're just out wandering around, comfortable, not scared of anything.
No fear.
Robot dog learns and adapts like humans, according to a Swedish AI startup called Intuicell. They've got a robot dog that is going to take things to the next level. You will hire a robot dog trainer, so you still have to do that. And then this is the first software that allows any machine to learn like humans and animals do. It can learn some tricks. Let's see. A daycare was shut down after an employee was arrested for drugging children. They were giving doses of Benadryl to all the little toddlers.
Accepting applications.
You can't bring Jackson there. That is wrong.
No, I want to work there. It sounds fun.
All right, get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
All Day Yucker says, that's not a raccoon, Sean. It's a homeless person. I'm 95% sure we got a raccoon on our hands here. Today I Learned for a Wednesday, March 18th, 2025. Today I learned this show right here. The Office is correct, Fritz. Dwight Schrute actor Rainn Wilson revealed that they almost had some other intro songs. Not this one, but other songs that almost made it. One was going to be the song Better Things by the Kinks. And then imagine if this was our reality. Instead of this being the theme song for The Office, it was going to be Float On by Modest Mouse.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard that before.
Which
would be weird.
Would totally...
Not so far away, though.
I guess it wouldn't be weird for us because that would have been our reality. We wouldn't have known anything different.
Yeah.
But today, in 2018, Saudi Arabia lifted a 35-year ban on movies. The first film to screen publicly in the country after the ban was lifted was the Emoji Movie, which...
Never mind, banned it again.
Not a great welcome back, really. Like, here you go. Today, learn this movie series right here. Jaws. That's right. Jaws is correct. The Jaws poster, it's a 24-year-old woman. She was a model at the time by the name of Allison Maher, M-A-H-E-R. And to set up for the Jaws poster where she's swimming in the water, obviously there was no water there. So she was lying across two stools and having to hold that swimming position as still as she possibly could while somebody painted the cover picture for the Jaws movie.
Ridiculous.
It's a lot of work. How much money did she make for that?
How much?
$35,
wow.
Fred.
They couldn't have photographed her and then painted the photograph?
Really? $35. What is that? Today, I learned professional photographers in the early 1900s had to carry up to 50 pounds of gear just to take a single photo, they say.
I guess they're going to say that about DJs one day.
Yep.
They will.
And drummers.
Finally, today I learned this band right here.
Deftones.
That's right, the Deftones. We're signed by, do you know who signed the Deftones, Fritz?
No.
She's a one-word lady. One word on her name. Madonna's right. That's correct.
That's awesome.
Were very, very young at the time and had caught the attention of Madonna, who was doing her own label. And she says, these guys are great. They can really scream.
It was Maverick, I think. Maverick Records.
Maverick Records. That's correct,
that's
Fritz.
points.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Fritz.
Hey, thank you for having me.
We appreciate you. Thank you, too, for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the